Can we please talk about what?
The saxophone weeps a lonely blues down on a street with nothing to lose. Saw a flash of fangs in the alley's grime. Someone's running out of precious time. There's a heavy breathing neath your bed, filled with all the things your mama dreads. You say it sleeps, but the fear is deep, and we're the only promise they can keep. Hear the call cut through the smoky blue. Hooty, hooty, hoo, when the darkness comes.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. I always forget to pause this or like take us out or whatever it is Spencer always does beforehand.
Yep. How you do the circles? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. I like that. It's over in the.
Hey, show everybody your sinuses are inflamed. Like she stuck a camera up her nose, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, listen.
Booger check. Booger check. 1, 2.
Booger down.
Yeah. Well, hey, everybody, by the way, first off. But no, listen, when I use toilet paper, I hate it because my nose is dry because I'm like snotty right now.
When you use it on your nose, let's get that down. When you use toilet paper on your nose.
Multi-use.
Yeah. It makes like little like nose dingleberries. And I feel like I have toilet paper stuck to my nose.
It is. That's what they are. Oh,
it's like little booger berries.
Hey, everybody. Oh, my God.
I get paranoid that I got stuff
Hillary, we were talking about Hillary backstage.
Yeah, it was good.
Need to come on, Hillary. I don't know if I can stand it. I'd be laughing probably and couldn't do anything with her on here kicking wings. Somebody finally saw it.
Yes.
I thought it was a Joe Dirt themed, y'all.
I tried to upload that, Roger, and it said that it wasn't in MP4 or whatever.
It's lying to you.
It wouldn't take it. I tried again, but it wouldn't take it.
Robert, I thought they were joking too. I took a nap though.
We just look, you know what we like Taco Bell. We'll sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
And we don't have a subject, which is good.
Yeah. No, we never stick to it anyway. So I mean, why would we have?
Anybody got any stupid questions for us? Yeah, we don't never know how this. Oh, don't. if you do that, I'm out of here. I'll be puking all over.
You don't have to worry about that, Roger. We ain't in second grade no more.
I know. I wouldn't even sit beside those kids.
Oh, man.
Man, there's some munching, boy. Golly, they had plenty of them.
Look, they was this one of the boys in school with us. He'd hawk up a big loogie and he'd lean over and he'd let it go out. It nearly touched the floor. I got killed, Roger.
I don't get sick over much. But that's one of them.
God. Oh, speaking of getting sick, I got to tell y'all what happened. Oh, my gosh. I had a hint. Y'all, it's been with heat temps and like humidity and all that. It's been like 105 off and on here. And I had a hen sitting on some eggs and freaking, I knew they were way past time that, you know, she shouldn't still be sitting on them. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to read comments and talk.
Did they blow up?
Okay, listen.
we used to use rotten eggs to hit each other with.
Oh. Yeah, no, JR doesn't do the whole farming thing. And so he feeds for me and stuff like that if I need him to. But I told him, I said, well, you know, let's go out here. I had baby chicks that was being born. Well, anytime that they're being born after, 2 or 3 days, the hen will get up off the nest when the other ones, the first ones get ready to eat. And whatever don't hatch, she'll leave them. I don't know how many times I've took those eggs and broke them open and saved several chicks, just because they either didn't hatch or were pipping and didn't come out or just, wasn't ready, whatever, but regardless. So I always candle my eggs, and I do it 2 or 3 times. There's been so much crap going on. I didn't do it, not the first time. And so I thought, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break them one at a time and check for chicks. Well, JR was out there. The first one that I broke, that sucker exploded and it went off like a shotgun. That sucker went all over me. I was covered. It was green. It was the most thing ever.
I got the salmonella on.
That was the first one. I still had several to go through. 2/3 of them were completely rotten. I'll just put it that way. But I did save one chick.
Rotten eggs and loogies is my kryptonite, y'all.
He was sick as a dog, Roger. Now you can imagine I was like 2 feet from where this was busted. It was all over me.
I know what it sounded like.
He's gagging and running out the door.
I know what it smells like because oh my God, man, you'd be in the barn lot.
Like crazy.
I was standing beside there's an old truck out there that had broke down, and it was out there for 30 years probably. And a damn one of my cousins went in the barn, and I guess he found a few of them. And I heard it hit the windshield, and when it popped, I just outrun hell the other way because I didn't have to look and see what it was. I knew. No, they would. The worst thing that happened one time, I got caught in the barn hallway, and one of my cousins threw one down on the ground, and he was laughing because I was puking. And then the dog started licking it up, and everybody was puking. And then he started licking the puke up, and I was climbing the gate. That was freaking horrible. Kicking wing, because I made a thing for Misty and Spencer because they were back and forth yesterday, and I figured out a way to make it do my dialogue AI, and it was funny. And I thought she was going to show it tonight. So
I tried my best. It was so freaking funny. It literally it was like Joe Dirt. Spencer done said, if there's a second one, we're in it.
And the bad thing was, it was iffy if we needed to show it or not. What? Trying to eat some of that Bluke. Is it Bluke where they bury the egg with the chicken in it? And then
that cracked the top on that thing, and then suck that little rotten chicken out of the top. Yep, nope, I ain't having it. I ain't been. Now look, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't. I'm just saying I ain't never been that hungry.
Just that's what I was sitting there thinking. How hungry would you have to be to eat that? Ugh.
There's always grass. I'll just go keep grazing in my yard.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit.
I couldn't make it past the smell. I can't even eat chicken livers. You think I'm gonna eat them?
Sherry, when my kids were little and I had them by myself most of the time, they peed on me. I've had diapers. I've cleaned, changed diapers. I've had that all over me. I didn't get sick. There's only 2 things. It's loogies, and it comes from the crap I've seen people do. It's not. I mean, there's one story I can't even tell it. But I'll puke right here.
Yeah, I agree with Charles. Next topic.
I know. See, I done started getting the sniffles because y'all talking about that.
My nose is pouring.
Man, they So anyway, what do we want to discuss, y'all?
I don't know. Somebody chat throw something out.
All right. Well, look. Hey, let me kick something off right now on a serious note. I know we got to swap gears. We got to go from reverse to at least first gear. Did y'all happen to notice on Facebook this evening? I saw it this evening, but Robbie Raines had posted about his uncle being killed in an accident.
Yeah, he was mowing.
I hate that so bad, man.
I know.
Yeah, that was bad.
Usually
I bring the show down with something like that.
Yeah,
that's horrible. There's been so much.
It's bad. I hate that for him. I hate that for his whole family.
And the thing is, the older we get, the more stuff like that, happens, and it's just it's terrible.
So everybody, yeah, nothing else. Y'all say a prayer for Robbie and his family because that's going to be pretty rough. Anytime you lose a loved one, it's pretty bad, especially when it's an accident out of the blue.
Yeah.
Phyllis, I didn't. Y'all, I'm so far behind on my message or my messages or whatever on Messenger. I've probably got well over 100 that I've not checked, and I apologize, but I'll go look. But I'm really behind. And
what's
Charles
the story?
Carroll,
oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just going to say Charles Carroll wanted to know about Greg. Oh, crap! I highlighted the thing about his. Did you see it? The last encounter.
Yeah.
Roger, I need to make it where you can highlight stuff on here too, because Greg can't do it on his tablet.
Yeah, you just have to add me. I don't know if you can or not because you can only do like two at a time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it won't show up on this, and I don't know why. I mean, it did before, but it won't. I can't get it to now. It's just I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, the last time I had an encounter, depends on what you want to count an encounter. You want to talk about me hearing one, seeing one, smelling one, but
well, I mean, yeah, but do we really need to talk about it on here since we're doing your?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is just like night before last. I went outside and smelled one so bad it would choke you down. So that's pretty recent.
You've had quite a bit of stuff here lately, though, ain't you?
Yeah, I hadn't. I've heard those weird deals that makes your ears buzz, and I heard say hadn't been but a few weeks ago one hit the porch post out here at night. I was on doing a live chat with Joe and Roger. Was you on there at night?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Patrick Noble and Wendell and Joe and Roger and all of them. I was in there cooking, had my phone propped up. I'm over here stirring stuff in the skillet, and all of a sudden, out the window right there, wham! White post.
I was wanting to know about that picture. Is that when the moon finally came back to your house?
Hey, listen, speaking of the moon, I don't give two shits what y'all think. The other night, by the way, the moon looked like it was two moons overlapped. Like it looked like one was opaque and the moon was full, but it looked like two moons. Well, JR went out the other night and it was down to probably about a quarter, I guess, or whatever. And it was funny because it wasn't at night. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning when he was leaving to go to work. And I hadn't even told him about what I said about the moon. And he said, you know what's funny? He said, I swear, he said, the moon looked like there was two. He said, it looked like there was a solid, like a whole full moon that was opaque. And then the bright, like just, little, like a, just a little piece of moon. I don't really know, what it was, that he was looking at as far as however, but he seen the whole moon behind it. So it ain't just me that noticed it. And then I told him about what I seen. But I'm telling y'all, there's something up with the moon. I ain't been going outside at night. I hadn't been feeling good. So I ain't been noticing nothing weird. But I'm telling you, when I was going out every night, the moon was gone for like 9 days.
Oh my God. I would have figured.
I would have figured. Night, I was like, where the hell's the moon?
You think that the news or somebody report on something like that.
Yeah. And Misty, did you that morning had you cooked breakfast for JR?
What morning?
The morning
the freaky moon morning.
I don't know.
No. I'm telling you. You think what you want, but it is. And
that might not have been crushed rosemary you was putting in his eggs.
When it came back, it wasn't even in the damn right spot.
And you realize the moon, like if the moon sets down over here, it don't come back up from that spot. It don't do this. It comes back up over here and then comes down over there.
every night. I mean, until I got sick here recently, I had been every night for years outside until up in the morning. I religiously watch that moon, and I know where it starts, and I know it changes every day. Well, I know whenever it was gone, it was the daggone thing broke, and they had to shut it down for repairs. And when they put it back up, it was in the wrong freaking spot because it was crooked as hell to start with.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Now y'all getting a look into the text messages.
They put you out.
Spencer's got where he only respond to those.
Yeah.
I'm telling the truth.
Roger, how many times have we got the messages? Hey, y'all, look at this. The moon ain't where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It'll be like 50 pictures.
I don't know what direction. Yeah.
Even if it is out of place, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do about it.
Jerry. Not when it's full. Like when it's crested or something. I know a freaking circle literally can't be crooked, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I would have figured if the moon was like skipping and jumping, the tide would be like majorly off or something.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh, look.
Excuse me, y'all. I know, right?
I'm telling you.
Spencer flipped Hillary the bird after the show, the messenger.
No, I can't believe he did that.
What it was, okay, let me tell her right quick. You know how like normally it sits like this? Well, it had been like this. Like it had just it got floppy for a little while and damn wasn't holding itself up like it was supposed to. It was damn like this.
Maybe we can see if Elon Musk could like launch a rocket full of Viagra up there to it and it'd stand back up.
Jimmy Crab Legs landed on the moon.
Yes.
Yeah. The damn moon freaking caught a case of Jimmy Crab Legs for a while.
Spencer's in chat. He says, I'm going to bed. There's
Oh
late
my
over
God.
there. Get on here.
Get on here, Spencer.
Oh.
Oh shit.
He does really good on the Night Owl shows. I don't know what he don't.
Good
He
night,
said he had to work. Said he had to work tomorrow or show up.
It's weird, yes.
I don't just go outside and look up at the moon. I look for shit on the ground out here in the woods.
Whew, it's bedtime, y'all. Dadgum. What's a human
I know my
resonance
eyes.
doing?
It needs a underwire support on it. That's what it needs.
Welcome to the club, Brian.
Had to get Rebecca to knit a Nana hammock.
No doubt.
A nanner.
Yeah.
Nana?
Nana hammock.
Nana or nanner?
Nanner hammock.
Y'all,
Nana.
if Misty suddenly disappears slowly down, she's sitting on an air mattress. So
Air couch. An
I'm
inflatable
already
couch.
crying, y'all, because it was like I was in here damn. I was doing acrobats trying to get off this couch.
She turned upside down twice.
This is the couch that I took whenever I went camping at Combo's. Had never even took the damn thing out of the box. Now it's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And so I've got it laid out in here and to watch the projector in the den. And I thought, well, gosh, it's going to be comfortable instead of sitting in that chair. I'm going to just go sit on the couch and do the show tonight. And man, I get to moving around on it and I fall down in the crack of it. So if he's right, if I disappear, I'll be back.
It'll be a while though.
Tell him, Roger. Before we went live, she was scooching back and forth. She's going, every time I move, it sounds like I'm farting, and she's scooting back and forth.
Oh no, Lori, I keep up with that. I was joking with Misty because it's like we, get the feeling weird. I'm like, what's a
I
human
send
doing?
them stuff about it all the time, Lori, because like it really affects me. Like that's no kidding. I'll know whenever there's flares and stuff like that before I even find it or see it on there because my mood will just change like that.
NASA's going to launch a missile and watch how it hits and affects the surface of the moon. Well, don't need to be messing. What if they break it?
My question is, reckon what that little endeavor is going to cost? How much of our tax dollars is that going to make? That's something really important. We got folks down here starving. You know what? We better spend our money on. Let's launch some bullshit up there to the moon right quick.
Maybe they'll bring back some cheese.
Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all! I think y'all ruined me with the rotten egg story.
Oh my God!
I was going to tell you something. I forgot what I was going to tell you. And I got to laughing at Spencer's stupid ass.
Oh gosh.
Spencer.
We don't need no stinking rules.
He's a little fucktard. I'm sorry.
Rules are made to be broken.
What rules?
The only rules you adhere to are upper pod fives, man.
I need a nap. I ate too many beets today.
Hey,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Tell them about your beet addiction. Good God.
They're
Deep-
freaking awesome.
deep fried beets.
Yeah.
No,
Wrapped
they're
in
not
bacon.
deep fried. They're not. Well, they might as well be because by the time I wrap them in bacon, they cook in the bacon grease. So
Beets are like, that's like beets. You have to be like 85 years old and eating a struggle meal to eat beets anyway.
I kind of like them, so I can, but not all the time. I like pickled beets.
Sherry, you know better.
I got a question from the show earlier on Woodwalkers. What's a pickled chicken? I don't know what they.
A beaten pickled chicken, not just regular pickled chicken, but a beaten pickled chicken.
I thought I read it wrong. I read it like 3 times.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was funny. It was funny. It was perfect.
Hey, Roger, that was one of them things I started to get on the internet and look it up, but I was afraid to.
I know. Oh man, pickled beets.
oh, my nose is running. You can always get on here so you can defend yourself. You know.
He knows he'll be on here to 2 o'clock in the morning.
He won't. It ain't like he's got to do nothing else. He says he's got to work, but he won't.
He's hobbling around on crutches and Misty's poking. It's a good thing he's not in person where you are. Misty'd kick his crutch out from under him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're bacon wrap beets. That's
Yeah.
Spencer's
Yeah, bacon wrap beets.
he's a food snob. I done figured that out.
I done told him what his problem was.
They'll help your ankle.
He's down.
You rub it, put some mustard on it, rub it on there.
I can't even see the comments.
Spencer fussing and everybody else like
He says he's going to bed. Don't know why anybody watches this shit. Because we're funny. Because we're cool.
we just get on here to have people come in and talk and cut up.
Dill
And it's
pickles.
like
I hate sweet pickles.
you don't like
What?
sweet pickles? Heather loves sweet pickles.
Good. I hate
Look,
sweet pickles. They're gross. There's
right
something wrong
now,
with people who eat sweet pickles.
right now would be the prime time for Catherine to come on and talk to us about food. She could give us she could be the unbiased opinion on some of this food topic.
This needs to be one. No, listen. Hey, Chad, I was right there with you. I promise. I absolutely hate beets. Like I tried, and I didn't know how I was going to figure this out. I'm telling you right now, either juice your own to where you can add it and it's completely different than buying beet juice from the store, or do like I done. Yeah, I know bacon ain't good for you. Shut the hell up, Spencer. I don't want to hear your comment on it. But I still like them like that. But I put them in my juice too. But I'm telling you, wrap them in some bacon, throw a little salt and pepper, little seasonings on them. They're delicious.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. We have. I'll agree with Spencer. We've noticed that all the stuff that you absolutely love has got one thing in common. Everything has got bacon attached to it. It doesn't make a damn if it's T-bone steak or if it's a potato. It don't matter if it was a dog turd. You're gonna have bacon attached to it and talk about how great it is. You're a baconaholic.
Oh, Catherine.
Hey,
Oh,
listen,
my God.
they ain't a thing that I've ever ate that wasn't good with bacon on it.
Well, I agree, but I believe if we cut your arm, bacon grease will run out.
I literally used to do all my cooking in bacon grease. And hey, but you know what? My sodium, everything was good except for my blood pressure. But hey, look, I still do my cooking in that, but I'm just saying, I just, kind of added my beets and stuff so I can still eat what I want.
before the show started, I was telling her how I eat spinach. She said, throw some bacon grease in it. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we said.
Roger, I'd dare to say at this point in her life, instead of snoring, she probably squeals a little bit when she goes to sleep.
I know.
Well, Spencer, I can try some possum.
Yeah.
I'm down to cook something new.
Hey, Riley,
you're ass enough as it is, anyways. You already be roasted.
Hey, look around here. 25 years ago, there was a lot of people that would eat possum. I was always like, nah, that's okay. Bacon, that's great.
Oh, Sherry. Oh my gosh. Are you talking about you didn't know I cooked?
Sheesh.
Man, she starves me to death every day. She's throwing out some big spread. I give her hell about being the damn ultimate trophy wife. She comes in and like rubs JR's feet and has him like an 8-course meal ready. Like, good Lord.
Yep. Text him, let him know what's about to happen when he gets home and what he got to eat and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Just
look,
takes care of him.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. We all got to work. We all got to make money somehow. Look,
that's true. That's true. I'm
just married to my people.
But y'all just don't have no clue out there in viewer land, because really she sends pictures almost. Well, I guess it's probably every day. Or say almost every day, but it's every day. She's cooked up some big deal. She's baked more bread than most bakeries.
Oh, I love homemade bread. Y'all, if you don't make your bread, you should really try it. It's so easy and it is so much better for you and so much better.
Well, it looks good. She got on the cookie deal for a while. She's made every kind of goddamn cookie. She's got stuck on what, peanut butter don'ts?
What about the peanut butter don'ts? Tell us what the recipe for those are.
Oh my God, them are the best freaking peanut butter cookies ever and easy.
The last ones are better than the first ones.
I got to where I just, instead of even making individual ones anymore, I've got a little cast iron skillet and I just make one huge one.
Roger, that'd be a better chance of us getting the KFC recipe than they would but peanut butter don't recipe.
I know.
That's right. I can't tell you my secret sauce.
I had to make up my own the other night. It was pretty good though.
Patrick said he enjoys the brownies.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yep. Oh, I had some Salisbury something for supper, and I'm feeling it.
Look,
I didn't tell what that was.
I made the big mushrooms again tonight. The big little baby portobellos. Oh my God, they're so good.
Yeah, that's where the idea of everybody starting a restaurant. It might be pretty good.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own thing they do.
I'm telling you, if we was to ever start a freaking restaurant, we would be rich. We just have to find a good place to do it.
Well, I'm like Roger. We need to come up with a deal close to interstate, and we'll start us up like a thrift store / flea market, and we can call it We could call it booger pickers.
Robert, yes, I love you so much. I watch this guy. I literally tell everybody to go. I made his freaking fried chicken tonight, and it was awesome. His food is so freaking good. I mean, not that I made it personally. I'm saying the stuff that I've cooked that he's made.
I think he's the one that I watched how to make cowboy coffee. Is that the same guy?
Yep, I guarantee it. Where he's out there, cooks from a little chuck wagon.
Yeah.
Hey, that's right. We could do a Woodwalker Squatch and Holler cookbook.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey.
gosh. Hey, that ain't a bad idea, Roger.
Yep.
Not a bad idea.
And people could send in recipes and be like, here's Erica's black. This is what she feeds Chad.
Yeah.
Shit, that's a good idea.
It wouldn't be hard to do.
Mm-mm.
Spencer ain't allowed to put no split piece shit, whatever that he's got going on in there.
You know, the first time I ever heard of split pea soup, I think that's what they used in The Exorcist. That's what they used for those effects when she was puking in the bed.
Yeah, it was. Love you
You
too.
ain't going to bed. You ain't going to bed.
What are you gonna go to bed for?
Because it's past his bedtime. Yes,
Man.
I agree. Freaking, you don't even know. I done a whole video on this, Michelle. About the cottage cheese.
No, I'm like Roger. There's two things that gross me out. That's cottage cheese and avocados. Nope.
Oh my God, that sounds so good. Avocado mixed with cottage cheese.
It wasn't cottage cheese. What was it? Pimento cheese.
No, don't.
Oh, don't be hating on the
it was. It wasn't cottage cheese.
I had a pimento cheese
Man,
sandwich
that is
cooked in
some
butter
of the
tonight.
grossest shit.
What I'm talking about, Roger. Yeah, don't be dissing the minter cheese.
Ain't but one thing better than that minter cheese, and we done told that story.
I asked JR why the hell it had macaroni in it, and he was like, there ain't no macaroni in it.
Oh my!
So y'all around the country here, what's some of the what's some of the foods that y'all eat that people don't like or understand?
Hang on, Spencer just sent a text. Hold on a second.
I ain't looking at it. Do you send it to you?
I'm telling on him.
You better not. You better not.
Yeah, I am.
Because he's got all our texts.
Y'all are. I better not say it.
He's going to bed defending split pea soup.
Good night. Stop knocking the split pea soup. It's awesome.
Maybe you've had bacon in it, bacon grease.
I don't even know what lentil. I really, honestly, I've never ate a lentil. I think it's a bean, but I don't know.
Yeah. Do you have to like split every little damn pea, or how's that work? I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
he said he worked on it for 3 days.
I told him, man, he's eating that lentil soup. I was like, look, that's some of that act of northern aggression. That was a damn carpetbagger recipe they brought down from north.
Hillary, what's a ramp?
You don't know what ramps are? Yes, you do.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't. What is it?
Yeah, you
Is
do.
it got a
Like
nick?
the ramps that people eat. Like they're out of season now, but
It's like kind of like a green.
Like
Is
an
it not like
onion,
like a green onion? Ain't that kind of what it is? Like a green onion or shallot or
like
something?
an onion flavor, yeah. But
They don't
you gotta
have it,
watch.
no.
You'll get them mixed up with. I think it's daylilies. I think is what it is. I don't eat them. I don't eat them either. I don't know.
So you don't go to the grocery store and get them. You got to go neighbor's yard and get them.
You gotta go pick
Steal
them.
them
You
out.
gotta go find the patch of them and pick them.
Steal them out of a flower bed.
Michelle's avocados are nasty. Don't want no guacamole either.
I call that guac. I call it guac ass holy. Yeah, guac ass holy. Okay, nope,
I
done.
make good guacamole.
There ain't nobody ever made good guacamole.
Oh yeah, man, fresh guacamole at home.
Nope.
Heather never liked it either, but she'll eat mine. Misty, you put a little lemon juice in it.
Oh, lime.
Lime, yeah, either one.
I put a lot of lime in mine.
Ramp dinners, everybody eating onions. at church.
Hey, I got a good question. I want to ask everybody out there. If y'all had, we'll just go gloom and doom here. If you had your last meal, everybody in the comments, comment what your last meal would be, and what would be your last dessert. If you could pick one thing, and that was the last thing you's ever gonna get, something sweet,
Chest
what would
pie.
it be?
Chest pie
Misty, what about you?
or pecan.
If what now? I was reading comments. Or the whole meal, dessert, or just what?
Yeah, the whole meal plus dessert. What would it be? What was your favorite, bar none, favorite meal? What would it be, including the dessert?
You know, I could not pick that.
Uh,
There's
a
no
good-
way I could. There's no way I could pick that. I've got
the
so many
biggest
favorites I could munch on.
the biggest ribeye that they make that they could cut, cooked right, a baked potato and chest pie. That would probably be mine. Cheesecake's pretty good too.
Cheesecake is good. Thing with cheesecake, you got to narrow it down on what kind of cheesecake, because there's like 1,000 cheesecakes.
I've got a book. It's a recipe book. A guy used to come through at the store. He wrote a cookbook. It was 101 cheesecake recipes, and I didn't know you could do so much with cheesecake.
Yeah. Oh, we got some good answers out here. Sherry said homemade chicken and dumplings at pecan pie.
Yep. Gravy and biscuits. It would have to be up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look, I got to agree with Red. I mean, gravy and biscuits and banana pudding. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Mom,
Get the biggest steak possible, so they can't fry me until I eat it all.
I think y'all, for me, it would probably be battered and fried deer backstrap that's sliced and cubed. I'm talking about like 2 pounds of Cajun steamed shrimp, and then it would be a toss up between like super moist coconut cake or red velvet cake. That's my two: red velvet and coconut cake. That's where I'd be.
I'm gonna eat whatever's most expensive for the board.
Yes, whoever's footing the bill, I'm gonna charge it up.
Gosh. Okay, I think I know what I'd eat. I think I'd eat one of the big old burgers that I make that's got the bacon and the fried egg and all that on it. I think that's what I'd have with some tater boats.
Yeah,
And either some red velvet cake or some pineapple upside down cake. That's my answer.
Oh,
River says marinated witchetty grubs and Black Forest cake.
yeah. Right. The whole deal with River and them widgety grubs, he's talking about you like put them on your tongue, let them crawl down your throat. I can't.
I ain't even putting one in my hand and letting it crawl around. I'll be damned if it's gonna crawl down my throat.
He said it tastes like peanut butter.
Ooh,
Witchetty grub and jelly sandwich. That's what I want to try.
sour cream coconut cake. Y'all, I'd say a lot of people I know got texture issues with coconut. Y'all, coconut. Oh my God, coconut's like the greatest flavor ever.
The coconut cream cake, coconut cake is good. Yeah.
Yeah, that now I may have to go with coconut cake. I do like it too.
Yeah, my granny would make a coconut cake and it was good, but there was a lady in the community up here where I live, and my granddaddy's birthday, if he was ever up here, she would make him a big coconut cake. And my daddy, as far back as I could remember my dad's birthday, this woman would make a big coconut cake, bring to him. And oh my God, I would have fought a grizzly bear with a butter knife over that damn cake.
Well, and somebody mentioned German chocolate. Y'all, when I was way bigger than I am now, one of my favorite snacks, I would just buy the can of German chocolate coating, and I would sit there and eat it. I'd eat it out of the can. Yeah. I used to take like chocolate cake frosting, and I would make a chocolate cake frosting and peanut butter sandwich.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, don't sound like.
Yeah, well, it almost killed me, but
Roger got he impressed his first wife. He ate all that icing out of that can and didn't even use nothing but his tongue.
Yeah, didn't get none on me.
Man.
Phyllis said gross. Oh, it was good.
Man, there's a lot of good answers on there because man, that hadn't been pretty much nothing anybody's picked that didn't sound pretty good.
No, it's coconut shrimp, and caramel cheesecake for dessert. Oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be something. Oh my goodness. Sometimes the only thing about German chocolate, sometimes it's just overwhelming on the amount of chocolate. I'm a fan, but it can be a little much sometimes.
Here we are with diabetes,
Hey,
and struggling with it and talking about all this stuff. And it's better now. Like if you don't have anything like that for a while and you try a little bit of it, it's so rich and good. Mm-hmm. Heather hates coconut, like you said, because of the texture. You know what Peyton can't eat? He can't eat a banana.
What?
Because of the texture. Yeah, he refuses. There's a few things like that he can't eat. He didn't get that from me.
Oh man.
Did Spencer finally go to bed?
He's probably crying.
Well, I don't even know what the dang rod is for, but it could be anything.
Oh my God.
I just checked my sugar, make sure it hadn't went up. I was talking about all this.
My my mom and dad worked all the time, and I was at home at probably 8 years old, and they had plenty of stuff in the fridge, but my mom cooked so good, I would go in there while she was cooking and try to learn. And I can do just about anything she can now, but I can't make the fried chicken like she does. I don't know how she does it. It's so crispy and it's in an iron skillet and she's got patience. I don't have patience, I guess.
Roger, I'm going to tell you how to do it. Listen, I'm going to tell you how she makes it crispy.
Bacon grease?
No.
What does she add? What does she add to it?
Cornstarch and baking soda, and you got to make sure your oil is hot enough, about 350 degrees, and you don't want to let it cool down, and that's what makes it crunchy.
Leanne.
Bam.
Leanne. Robert says Barry won't eat coconut because he said it looks like toenail.
Oh my gosh.
oh yes. Bigfoot fans 33. Yes, ma'am. Crisco or lard or
that's what I fry into my
chicken. My cooking
not baking soda, baking powder.
Oh
Arm and Hammer.
Yeah. Well, what did you do? You're combating the heartburn before you ever get it.
I'm glad you got that. It's been a long day, Hillary. Yeah, don't throw baking soda in there. It tastes like shit.
I had some people ask me one time how I got we had some mess of crappie that somebody cleaned, and they're like, if you'll cook it, I'll give you this, and then we'll all share it. I'm like, hell yeah. So I went and bought some Crisco, and they were eating it, and they're like, how is this so crispy? And I messed up years ago and switched over to the lighter oils, and I noticed that it wasn't doing as good of a job. So yeah, we got a guy here that makes it or whatever, and he'll come by the bank, and Heather will buy some big old tubs of lard, or I keep my bacon grease. When I fry hamburgers, I keep all of that stuff. Heather has a bad habit of she don't do it anymore, but I've been, where's my grease? She's like, I thought you were done with it. I'm never done with it until it gets scorched.
This is ancient grease.
Yeah.
Ancient grease.
Since we've done pretty good and everybody's kicked in on this, their thoughts. I got another question. I got
That's the
another
same
question.
shit they dug out of the tomb, wasn't it, Greg? They found that shit whenever they found mosquitoes in the damn honey.
Yes, that's right. What I'm talking about. Lard is forever.
Just straight
Lard
that
is
shit out.
forever.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Look, lard's forever. If you don't believe me, try to lose some damn weight. See if that shit don't hang on.
Hey, that's right. And when you're done getting fine on it, you can use it to make candles.
When you said ancient Greece, I had the picture of the label.
Yes.
That dude with the big Roman nose.
Hey, let me tell you the other thing that I want to bring up, since I'm here in Alabama, which is technically the heart of Dixie. I want to know people's thoughts on this, because I'll tell you my thoughts on it. In cornbread, do y'all put sugar or don't put sugar in your cornbread?
I don't. I will eat it like that, but I take how my mama taught me. I've got iron skillets that are. My daddy used to say, "Boy, don't mess that one up. It's a slick a fly would bust his ass if he landed on it." So I take and put my butter and a little bit of bacon grease and get it hot. And then I'll pour the mixture in there and let it kind of not fry on the bottom, but get, you know what I'm saying? Then it'll crisp up and then put it in the oven. But one thing's on my way to almost 400 pounds, one thing that helped get me there, I loved making crackling cornbread when I could get the cracklings and stuff. And I was in the store one day, and we had people come from all over the world. But this little old lady, she was from Texas or somewhere, and she was talking about the country hams on the wall. And she said, "Lord, it's been years when I lived down in the South. We would sneak in the smokehouse and we would lick the grease dripping off of the country hams, as a treat." And we got to talking. I said, "Yeah," and she said, "What do you do with that over there?" And I said, "Well, ma'am, I take those cracklings and make cornbread, buttermilk cornbread with it." And blah. She said, "Ain't no way in hell you old enough to know about crackling cornbread." I said, "Ma'am, look at my belly. I know a lot about crackling cornbread."
Roger.
The one rule with crackling cornbread: don't let it get cold.
Yeah,
because it's greasy as everything.
Hey, look, if you'll remind me when you come down here, them cracklings we cooked down the other day, I'll get you a quart bag of them babies.
Heck yeah.
I got them. I put them up in the freezer, froze some of them. So, yeah, I froze about a gallon bag full.
Now, the sugar, I think I got some over here in this cabinet. What are those? What's that muffin mix you can buy that's kind of sweet and yellow? It's cheap.
Jiffy.
It used to be real cheap.
Yes, Jiffy.
Jiffy, yeah.
Yep.
That's the first time
Jiffy's too damn icky.
First time I made some of them, I thought I done made a dry cake. I was like, what is this?
It's corn cakes, what that is.
Hillary says nobody likes cold crack. Jiffy.
No, I just look, y'all. Mine's just and look, I mean, sometimes I'll make it with white cornmeal, sometimes yellow cornmeal, sometimes I'll mix it. But I just, mine's just milk, and I use lard, and I put, believe it or not, I put salt, a little bit of salt and black pepper in my cornbread.
Oh, I've added, some of it I didn't do again, but Macalorian, he said I'll add sugar if I make it with jalapenos, but I don't usually add it. That sounds good, actually.
Yeah, man.
When it comes to food, I'll try anything once if it's done right, and I don't. The problem with me is I ain't found too many foods I don't like. That's my problem. And when we were at the store and people would come in from different parts of the country, that's the first thing I would ask them about. Would be like, what do y'all cook? How do y'all cook it? It's fun to learn.
I was gonna ask if you ever add flour to it when you make it. I done that the last time I made cornbread. No, seriously, not a lot. I'm not like a cake.
No, I just had a memory come back. I tried to teach my second wife how to make chest pie because everybody loves my chest pie. I don't use vinegar, and I've got a simple recipe I found in a 50-year-old church cookbook, and that's what I was looking for. And it's easy, and everybody loves it. And it comes around to Thanksgiving or Christmas. I know what I'm cooking because they're like, Roger makes the chest pies. So she was like, I want to learn how to make chest pies. I'm like, all right. I told her what to put in it, and I heard my stepdaughter scream. And I went running in the kitchen, and they're pointing at the oven, and I open it up, and that thing is bigger than a basketball. She used self-rising flour. What are we going to do? It was boiling over, all in it, about to catch it, everything on fire. And I was laughing. I said, "You used a self-rising flour?" She said, "Yeah." I'm like, "No, don't do that." But y'all making me hungry. Y'all stop this crap. Now, all this good
me
stuff
too,
here.
Sherry. And I tell you what, I don't know. Y'all ever do the homemade tater cakes after you make homemade mashed potatoes?
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can eat my weight in fried tater cakes.
Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Look. Well, y'all, that's just like doing. Basically, it's like we call it hoe cakes, but basically it's like a cornbread pancake. Skillet fried. Oh my God.
Judy, we were talking before we came on. You can add onions to anything. It's like bacon, and it just makes it so much better. I went into a Mexican restaurant here years ago, and the guy he come in the store, so I was talking to him. I said, "You need to come up with a country burrito." He said, "What would you put?" I was joking. I said, "What would you put in it?" I said, "I don't know. I'd probably put a little pulled pork and mashed potatoes and a little corn and all that stuff." And he's like, "I might try that." I'm like, "I was just BSing with you." He said, "I'll bring you one," but he didn't. Hoe cakes, yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something, Roger. If pretty much everybody's probably going to agree with this, but like eating hush puppies, everybody I think is going to be on board with this. That the outside, the dark brown part of the hush puppy is the best part, right?
Yeah.
When you make hush puppies, make it a little bit thin, or just corn. I mean, just like you're gonna make cornbread, and take your Ziploc bag, cut you a little bitty corner off, a little small, where it's about like a fat McDonald's straw, and get your grease out and just do strips.
Oh,
and
man.
it makes like cornbread sticks.
Like a funnel cake.
Yeah, you can do it like a funnel cake, but do it out of cornbread. And, oh my God, let it brown really good, and it cooks it all the way through. It's life changing.
You gotta. It's a 50-50 ratio. Like when you bite into it, you get that crunch, and then you get that sweetness of the hush puppy.
All right, Spencer.
Hey, listen, you know what else I do that's really good? Like if I eat Long John Silver's hush puppies, which I ain't had damn takeout in I don't know how long, but when we used to eat Long John Silver's, I would put the malt vinegar all over my fries, my chicken, my vinegar, and I dumped that shit right down in my hush puppies.
I can almost drink that stuff straight.
Malt vinegar?
In my hush puppies. Yes, sir. You talk about good stuff.
Yep. Greg come up with a new funnel puppies. We're gonna look at that.
Look, if I smell it, you talking about malt vinegar, like starting something in my head, it's kind of like a loogie is to Roger. Look.
No, man, I'm telling you, I'll take fresh green beans, and maybe some bacon grease and fry them up and get them, a little bit tender. Pour a little bit of malt vinegar in them, and then douse them with Parmesan cheese. Oh God, you can use butter too. I mean, with the potato cakes, everybody, they'd see me making mashed potatoes, and I make a big old tub full of them. Why are you making so many mashed potatoes? I said, you'll see tomorrow. But I think it's just egg and flour, milk, little milk, I believe is, and I'm like Greg, I'll put salt and pepper.
I do too.
I add pepper flakes, stuff, just make it different. Onions, like Judy was talking about earlier.
Chopped up bacon.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Mexican cheese, chopped up bacon, jalapenos and all that stuff rolled up in your cornbread batter and then pour it and cook it. Oh, it's loaded cornbread is awesome.
And Leanne, that's where I first saw malt vinegar. Was at Captain D's back in I think our Captain D's burned down.
You didn't do it?
They didn't. No, I didn't do it.
Well, hey, listen, we had no plans for tonight, Robert. It was kind of one of those things that, you know, we didn't know where it was going to go. At least it went to cooking.
and some people I know that cook sometimes, the worst mistake they make, they don't pay attention to what their cookware is. And they'll get a thin pan and turn the heat up the same as they would a cast iron skillet. And then next thing you know, the dogs are trying to get out because of, smoke everywhere.
That's the way I knew that. That's the way I knew as a kid that whatever my mama was cooking was probably done because the damn smoke alarms was going off. It's like, well, I grew up thinking smoke alarms was dinner bell.
Yeah, you've seen that picture that had the redneck smoke alarm, had the Jiffy popcorn hanging from the top of the door.
Yes.
If that shit starts popping, you need to leave.
Gary, we had an idea. Listen, hear me out on this. We said what we need to do is on, because the Woodwalkers was supposed to be in like barbecue, bushcraft, and boogers and stuff like that. So we said, Spencer, you should do more cooking on the show. And, like all of us take turns or all of us cook together, whatever. And, while we're live, do like one certain recipe or even cook different stuff. But then Greg and Roger was like, no, you and Spencer need to cook and me and Roger need to critique what's going on.
Yes.
So I've been trying to talk him into it, but I think he's afraid he'll get showed up.
He just don't understand.
You can't bring split pea soup to a damn fried chicken fight.
You will get kicked out of church if you bring split pea soup. Yeah, Spencer, he's a food snob. Look, it ain't got to look good.
It knows what's going on.
Spencer's got his little white rag wiping the lip of the plate off and presenting it to everybody. I told him, I said, nobody cares if you cook that for 18 hours. They're going to eat it in 2 minutes and go back to watching SpongeBob. Uppity. Now, look, y'all, I have to defend Spencer. I have to. That steak he cooked at the LBL, and he didn't even ask me if I wanted to bite. It was in the dark, Pyro's over there and Ronnie, and I turned around and somebody shoved a piece of steak in my mouth. And it was cooked
Roger,
right.
You don't never let people stick strange meat in your mouth. You don't know where it comes from.
Oh, I was going to spit it out, and then it's like, that ain't half bad.
It might surprise you, Roger. You may not have time.
I know, right? I just turned around. There it was.
Hey,
well, I figured it was. Good. I was figuring it was Spencer for the angle that come up at.
No. Hey, we was down there at Creepy Mountains down there at Mark Green's. There's a big lake or a pretty big lake down there, and we were on that lake. They were all camping. And Spencer, look, we're sitting around this fire. And Spencer's gonna cook some ribs. He's got several racks of ribs he's gonna cook. Well, there was a grill down there. It was an old ancient gas grill that the whole bottom was burnt pretty much out of it.
Oh, Greek grill.
Yeah, look. Spencer opens it up and crowns some type of aluminum pan or something in the bottom so the charcoal wouldn't fall out. He lights this baby up and puts these ribs on it, and I'm over here. Look, I'm like majorly going, there ain't no way in hell this is gonna work. This is like trying to cook in a paper bag. Well, he's over there poking and prodding, and then he goes back and he flips them, and then he goes over and he puts this sauce on them and this and that. And then finally, after a couple of hours, he's like, "Hey, guys, these ribs are done." And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, well, it's gonna taste like water fluid." Well, we go over and I thought, shit, I'll try one. Y'all, I swear to y'all, that was some of the best ribs, if not the best ribs I've ever ate. And it was like, damn, Houdini, I don't know how you cook these. I was generally impressed.
Somebody block Hillary, please.
Oh gosh, I can't see to do it.
Oh,
Greg, that story I told about turn around and in the dark and the meat in the mouth. That's Hillary said that's how she met her first husband.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, she said it happens to the best of us.
Oh my
God. Y'all nasty. I was talking about steak. It was good. But no,
Right.
anytime somebody pulls out and whips out $1,000 chef's knife and a thermometer, they better have good stuff.
I told him
it was
show
good.
him some Southern cooking. He wants to make too much of shit you can't even pronounce. Well, how far you can't even find half the shit that he's trying to make at the grocery store to even get it. So, I mean, he must order it and get it like on back order and have it down 3 months in advance.
No, Michelle, we never claimed to be right. That's what's. I mean, there's something wrong with all of us. I mean, but the thing is, if you know there's something wrong with you, that's half the battle.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Now we've been called a lot of things, but right and correct ain't much very often.
No. We used to take and slice our deer up, and we called them party strips. And the reason I started doing this is because Greg, you've probably been through this. If you can cook, you get voluntold that you're going to cook. We're going to have a party. Come to the party. We're going to have 3 kegs. All right. Well, you're doing the cooking. Oh, damn it. Yeah. It's just got to be just all the time. Roger, you're cooking. I'm like, well, I wish somebody asked me sometime. I would go ahead and do it, but I had to start slicing this deer meat really thin because them drunk son of a guns would come by in the dark, and I'd just put them on there, have them marinated and put them on there, and they'd be eating them raw and thought, that's good stuff, and walk off. I'm like, somebody's going to die. So
them suckers probably got worms.
I know. So I'll cut it as thin as possible. And that way, if I threw it on there and flipped it over once in 30 seconds, it was done. Right. And then actually it worked out better, but they didn't know the difference because, oh my God. Crazy. Weirdos.
I mean, look, y'all, I ate so much shrimp one time at one setting. I pretty much got iodine poisoning.
What?
I said I pretty much got iodine poisoning because I ate so much shrimp at one time.
You ate so many shrimp you got sick. Ooh.
Yeah, I ate so many shrimp. No joke. I woke up in the middle of the night sweating profusely, and I got up and staggered in the bathroom. Didn't feel right. I turned the light on, and when I looked at it, I thought I was like a demon or something. My face was red. It was red as this Coca-Cola can. And I go looking at my arm. My whole body from head to toe was bright red. I looked like a damn taillight bulb on a car. I woke my dad up, and he's like, "What is?" I said, "Something's wrong with me." He comes in and goes, "The hell happened to you?" I said, "I don't know."
You look like Will Smith on Hitch.
Me and my uncle split 8 pounds of Cajun steamed shrimp, and I ate more of them than he did. So I probably ate close to 5 pounds of shrimp by myself. And I woke up, y'all, about 3 hours later, I woke up and I was red from head to toe. And got a hold of the damn emergency room and told them what was going on. I was like, you got way too much iodine in you. So it was like, are you having any trouble breathing? Like, nope. Well, it'll probably go away. Do I need to come up there? Well, not unless you have problems breathing.
Take you some Benadryl. You'll be all right.
No doubt. Oh, yeah. Man, what about these people out there in the Midwest that eat that raw hamburger meat? Like,
we're not getting back on this nasty topic again, but that shit is absolutely disgusting. I don't care if y'all eat raw meat. That shit's gross. Look up parasites because it's in your freaking meat, and don't be eating shit raw. Stay away from sushi that's on damn.
Yeah.
What is it? The little buffet bars. Don't be touching that shit.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, he knew there was a lot wrong with me. It was his fault. Oh, wait. But no, Yeah, I mean, I've for years and years I've cooked, and ever since I was a kid, I spent a lot of time. My grandmother, my granny, Aunt Burby's mom, she would come up to our house. Her and my grandpa, and was down there at their house a lot. And I'd hang out there with granny because I was learning how to cook. And thank God I did. I mean, I've cooked since I was a little kid, and there's not much that I don't try, and I've got pretty good at most of it. Let's see. Misty, if y'all got a big, you realize it's not but about what, 3 more weeks till the 4th of July or so?
We ain't doing nothing. I think JR's gonna have to work. I'm gonna feed the animals for my sister and them while they go to the beach. But we ain't got nothing planned. We Sherry's got something planned the weekend before the 4th. But I'm hoping I get to go, but if I don't know that I'm going to get to. It just depends. I've been down in my back, which is getting better. But I've been miserable. Y'all know how bad I've been. With my sciatic nerve in my back has been killing me.
You rub beets on it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't rub beets on it. You want to know what I did rub on it though?
Probably not, but here it comes.
I better not tell.
Yeah. No.
She's using one of those super rubbers on the back of those vibrating massage things.
I'm telling you what, I need one of them guns.
Did Roger, have y'all got big plans for the 4th?
Nah. We don't hardly do anything on the 4th much. It's like when we used to do stuff, it was grandma's or daddy's or whatever, and man, everybody's gone now. And last July 4th, we loaded the dogs up and went to the LBL and rode around all night in the LBL getting out. I had some stuff I was playing. I didn't get any responses until daylight. And I had some wolves respond to one of the things I did. But we had a blast doing that. But man, that 2.5 hour ride home was rough.
Hey, look, I just saw that, Misty. Bobby's on to something right there. TENS. Have you got a TENS unit?
My mom does, and I actually have used it, and it does help. I've done so much different stuff. It was caught is what was going on. I could tell because the way it was pulling, I had a nerve pinched off, and because it was running all the way down my leg and coming around to the front. And it was weird because it was like when I would try to stand up, I couldn't hold myself up on that leg. I don't know how to explain it. It's until you've had it, it's like, it's miserable. Like you cannot, I don't care how tough you think you are. Good luck. Yeah. You ain't doing the shit you're still going to be doing.
That happened to me.
Walking like a hunchback in Notre Dame, dragging a leg.
We were in Florida about 3 years ago, and we went on a hiking trail, and I had honey. We didn't have Trigger then. We got way out in the middle. It was like kind of a boardwalk type thing through the swampy areas and stuff. Nobody was out there but us. And I used to have issues like that, Misty, and it hit me. And there was nothing Heather could do. I handed her the leash. She said, "What are we going to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I have no idea." And I started doing stretches that I had done one time at therapy. And I'm out, and it hurt. At first, it hurt really bad, but I was pushing it, and it eased up. But I didn't know what I was going to do. They're going to have to bring a damn stretcher out there and get me back to the truck. But that was scary.
Yeah, it's bad. And the thing is, it just come on out of nowhere. I had back problems years back when I was pregnant. I had got like super, super huge. Like they thought at first with my first daughter that I was having twins because I carried so big in my stomach. My mom did too. And but what it was is after I had her, and then when I got pregnant the second time, I done the same thing. I could sit down and my stomach would literally come out to the end of my knees. And so I stretched the muscles on my sides that connected. I don't know what muscles they are, but it goes from your stomach around your back to like your little tenderloins back here.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to sell 10 units at a doctor's office. And
Well, what about Misty? I got a question. I mean, the reason you were was your babies like, were both of them like, they wasn't in a fetal position, they was like stretched out pushing, or what?
It just, I guess where I got so heavy in my stomach, I don't know. But I'm telling you, I went while I was probably about in my 7th month. And I was so bad that the doctor had sent me to go to a massage therapist. And I went in, and as soon as this lady started mashing around on my back, I screamed, jumped up off that table, and I told her she could keep her money. I was done. She wasn't touching me again.
Oh my God.
I would take those 10 units. That was one part of my job. And most people loved them. And I would be easy. I'd start out on one. And if they want me to show them, I would put the stickers on their back and everything, or their leg, wherever. And I had this one guy, he looked like he was a roofer or something. His thighs, he was big old raw bone, tough looking dude. He was hurting. His back was killing him. He had cowboy boots on, the pointed tipped toes. And I was like, okay, when I turn this thing on, you're going to feel a little bit and then I'll crank it up. Ah, man, I didn't look. That thing was cranked up on 10. He about kicked me under the chin. When I turned that thing on, his leg come up and grace. He said, holy shit. I'm like, oh man, I'm so sorry. He said, get that thing away from me. Lost a sale on that one. Didn't check the strength. But I've had to use them when I had knee surgery, and my quads on that leg wouldn't fire. And that's a bad feeling when, you can flex your muscles anytime you want to. And I was thinking about it and they just wouldn't flex. They ended up putting a big 10 unit on there, and for like 5 minutes, and it only took like 3 sessions, and they started working again. I guess it woke them back up, but I was scared, that they might not work again.
Man, there's talking about pressure points. Did y'all? I think I probably sent it. Y'all send y'all that crap. I don't remember what I did and what I didn't. But anyway, did y'all see where they're saying now that they're curing that alpha gal by acupuncture, doing something on their ears?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that. Hillary said it depends on where you put those electrodes. One of the funniest things, there was a little old lady. I mean, she was old, thin, little bitty, and you get different reactions. I put those things on her back and started cranking that thing up, and I'm trying to be all professional. She said, oh, I think I found my new boyfriend, talking about the machine.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, here you go. You can take that.
You think that's bad? I went into physical therapy one day and they were trying to line my hips up, and the daggone lady told me to turn over, and she put down gosh, what is that? That green liniment crap. Biofreeze. God, that's some good stuff, y'all. Mix it half and half with lotion. It goes twice as far, works just as good. But anyway, she put that shit on me and then laid one of them heated blankets, in a TENS machine and all that. She comes back in. She's like, how you feeling? I'm like, well, hell, it felt pretty good because that TENS machine just makes you go numb after you leave it on there for so long. And I didn't have no idea. I guess that's what they were trying to do. I don't really know. But she said, okay, she said, turn over and put your feet together and let me, you lay where you think your feet are like this, just exactly how you think they ought to be lined up. And she said, okay, that's what I thought. She said, because when I walked in, I was limping and I felt like one of my damn feet, like one of my legs was longer than the other. I mean, I was like, I had a pimp walk going in, let me tell you. I was like, this shit, this strutting. Man, when I come out of there, I could have jumped up and clicked my heels together, and it wasn't because of what the daggone lady done. But I'll tell you what, now she straightened me right out.
I had a therapeutic massage one time, and I thought she was trying to kill me. But she was explaining, and I couldn't. This was with the knee thing, and I couldn't. I'd bend over, I'd touch about my knees. And she was explaining everything. She's now, this is going to hurt. And I'm like, okay. And it hurt. And she went on the last 15 minutes. She eased up a little bit, but I stood up and turned over, bent down, touched my toes, didn't have any pain. And it worked the first time. And it was that sciatic nerve that you're talking about is what I was having problems with. It was running through my left butt cheek all the way down to my knee, and sometimes it would be shorter or whatever. But that's until you have pain like that. I mean, it's tough.
I tell you
You
what,
just don't
I
understand.
had injections. You name it, I had tried everything because right after Layla was born, it had got so bad that when she was born, I was a month on a walker in my house with a newborn baby and a 2.5-year-old, potty training. And when I went in there and I started doing physical therapy, that was the only thing that helped me. The injections didn't help. None of the other crap that they tried to do helped. But when she lined my hips up, I tell you what, I didn't know what she was doing. I thought at first she was getting little hands in, and I was like, I never had this done before.
Well, you know how that works. You start taking money off of what you're paying.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Now she took her daggone thumb, and I didn't know how much further she's gonna go.
Lady, you may want to wash that hand before you eat lunch.
When she got to where she's going, buddy, let me tell you. I hate paints on you, perverts.
Look, lady, I didn't need my oil checked.
She found the very tip of my daggone tailbone. And I swear she done like this right here a time or two. And she took her other hand and done like this. And I don't know what the crap she done. She done some kind of like down and up like that or something. My ass cracked. I'm not kidding. Like it literally cracked.
Did she have to move your tail out of the way?
Oh God. No, I had done had it pinned up so nobody's seen it. I tell you what, that is the best I ever felt, and I never had to go back to the doctor again. And I had been going for years over this crap.
Y'all look, I went.
I'd let her do it again in a heartbeat. I promise.
Yeah, y'all. I went Friday and fixed the air conditioner for my chiropractor. His air conditioner at home was on the blink. I went and fixed it. It took me about 30 minutes, and I told him, I said, "Look, dude, I got to come see you." He said, "Well, just call in. We'll work you in whenever." And da da da. But y'all, oh my God, chiropractors really do it like him. He don't beat you to pieces. I mean, he helps you a lot. But always, I've been to probably 4 different chiropractors in my life, and even the ones that I do really trust, when they get up there and you're laying, face down, they start rubbing your neck. And it feels so good. And all of a sudden, they pick your head up and they go, and it like cracks from right here all the way down to the middle of your shoulder blades. Am I the only one that when I'm laying there, I start wiggling my fingers and stuff to make sure I'm not paralyzed? I'm like, well,
I've never been to a chiropractor.
Golly. Yeah, it's amazing though what some of them can do. I mean, it pops stuff back in place and everything. Like with this leg messed up, he took some x-rays of me last year, and my where my spine came down, and then your pelvis is supposed to be like a T. Mine was like this. It was like kicked over horribly. And y'all, I told him, I said, I reckon you're going to have to come off the top with an elbow. But he finally worked on it, got me straightened back out some, but it's a struggle.
The best massage I ever got I was in school, and the girl sitting behind me.
I just got to say, the best massage I ever got was when I was in Thailand.
That's for another show. But no, I was hurting, and we'd been to the gym and stuff, and so Kate was like, "What's wrong, Roger?" She was she was just pretty country girl, funny as everything, and but they milk cows for a living, and I was sitting there and I said, "Oh man, I'm real tense up in here." She grabbed a hold of me. I thought a big man grabbed me, and she worked my shoulders while the teacher was talking, and went through and was popping and cracking and pulling and tugging. I was like, I almost fell in love right there. If she wasn't she felt like she was kin to us because we went to school, the whole time together. She was funny, but she had the strongest hands I've ever felt.
Hey, that's
Michael,
Roger.
what? Shut up.
that made me think of the damn God.
I
What
know.
is it? That's
Thanks,
actually a
it-
Mandela effect. Mandela
yeah.
effect.
I still don't know what that is. We did all.
Strong hand guy. Remember from freaking God, what was he off of originally? Because Scary Movie done like a parody movie of it about his little strong hand. You know, that's my
Oh.
strong hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's my strong hand. Let me stir these taters.
Strong hand.
He was stirring the taters. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
You hadn't seen, if you're not saying Scary Movie.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Roger, you got, look, before tomorrow evening, you got to watch the movie Scary Movie.
I watched it a long time ago. I can't
Oh my
remember.
God.
It,
What? I can't remember that guy's name, but he's got that one hand that's all wrinkled up and he's stirring potatoes with that hand.
I haven't seen that.
Use that
Oh my
for
God.
you. Come out with that
River. Oh my God.
Oh,
one.
She probably could.
yeah.
Look, Catherine's like, it's so tempting to be rotten. Go ahead. Turn it loose.
No doubt. See, we got to get Catherine out here where we can go ahead and fully corrupt her.
Yes, the little hand guy.
Yes.
I talked to a guy, he was in
The
the
butler.
Navy.
He's the butler.
He was a
Yeah.
cook in the Navy. He said he was real particular about his kitchen. And one day he was making mashed potatoes and he was stirring them. And or another guy was making mashed potatoes, and he said, "Come here a minute." And he looked in there. He said, "What in the world?" He said, "Man, there's gnats all in these potatoes." He went over and got a bunch of black pepper and shook it in there. He said, "They'll never know the difference."
Oh my God. Oh, camouflage.
It's like that old
Yes.
story. This county was dry up until I was probably 2 or 3 years old, probably. And I remember going this little trailer had a drive up window and you could get whatever you wanted. My mom and daddy would go get a 6-pack of beer or whatever. And they told a story of one of the old ladies that was the bootlegger. You'd go up there, and my daddy and them, even when they were young, would get a cab and they would go to the bootlegger and say, "Hey, daddy wants this or that." It was for them. Y'all better not be drinking it. And, they'd just go off and get drunk as a kid. And so he said, this one old lady, she'd come out there and they said, "Hey, we're here to pick up some for so-and-so." And she handed out a mason jar of clear liquor. Said, "No, he wants the good stuff." And she wallered around her tobacco and spit in it and shook it up and turned it amber colored. She said, he'll drink that. He won't know the difference. They
Oh
took
my
it.
God.
My daddy almost got killed one time because one of his buddies, I mean, they grew up around some mean people. And one of the daddies was being just a butthole to everybody, and he was drinking. And daddy, he told one of the boys, he said, "Go in there and make me a potted meat sandwich, you little bastard." So daddy went in there with him, and they opened a can of dog food. It made him a couple of sandwiches. Sat there watching him eat them. He found out about it. He didn't go back over there anymore.
My God. Yeah, here's one thing that people need to brush up on. They'll pick up on a lot of our comments that sometimes fly over people's head. You got to get fluent in watching Joe Dirt. You need to watch Scary Movie. And you got to watch Napoleon Dynamite. You've at least got to watch those three.
If you don't know anything about them, Peyton, my son, can quote every line of every one of those movies. And I used to pick with Peyton because when he was at a certain age, he looked like that dude in Napoleon Dynamite.
Really?
Yeah. He had his teeth was jacked up a little bit, and he got braces and stuff. But I remember somebody said Chris Elliott. I remember him when he had all those big balls all over his face in that movie.
Yeah. Oh yes, Hillary, you're right. Pootie Tang is an awesome movie. Man, I ain't seen that in a long time, but look, it's awesome. We need to do some movie reviews. Is what we need to do one night. We got stuck on food tonight, but we need to do some like movie reviews.
Here's how you do it. So you pick out a movie, and you can't show them on here, but we can all watch it at the same time. Say if it's coming on at a certain time, we pick out one, and you can't put it on, but you can review it as it's going on, and everybody else can watch it too.
Yeah, as far as that goes, we could just do a list of movies and tell everybody like a week before we're going to do the podcast and tell them what we're going to talk about and let them watch it at pleasure.
Peyton, when he was younger, he understood more movies than he probably needed to, and he got tickled. He said, "Daddy, you got to watch Benchwarmers." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "It's funny." And I'm like, he said, "It's got the guy from Napoleon Dynamite in it." And so we're watching. He said, "Wait, listen to this part right here." And so they was talking about doing steroids and said, it'll make you pee smaller. And the guy from Napoleon Dynamite said, he was talking about loving macaroni. He said, there must be steroids in macaroni. And Peyton's young and he's laughing. He understood it. And I'm like, golly.
Oh, man.
Napoleon Dynamite's one of those movies you can watch it 10 times in a row, and every time you watch it, you're gonna pick up something different.
Well,
that's
one of the movies. It's kind of terrible, but it's so terrible you can't look away from it.
You're right.
You know what I mean? It's like you're sitting there with them. It's the longest movie ever.
That's how all those movies we just said are. They're all stupid as shit. They're all horrible. But you can't help but watch them and laugh.
What about that movie with Will Ferrell and what's his name? The one that the other guys. I mean, that's a classic too, y'all.
Who do you think went between between a lion and a tuna? He said the tuna.
Yeah.
Which movie are you talking about?
The other guys.
With Will Ferrell, where they were both the police. And
okay.
He's going to do the desk pop. They talk him into shooting his pistol inside.
And and the funniest part, invited him over to the house, and Eva Mendes was his wife, playing his wife. And Mark Wahlberg's character said, "Who is this?" He said, "This is my wife." He said, "There's no way." Yes. And he was saying stuff like you really should dress better, and you really should take care of yourself. And she was gorgeous, and Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
when he left, he kept going, "Bye, Sheila. Bye, Sheila. I'll call you later, Sheila. Bye, Sheila."
They worked well together. And the funny part of that movie, this is a spoiler, you got The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson as the main characters, it looks like. And them idiots die in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, dive off the building.
Yeah. One of the funniest things I've ever seen, Will Ferrell, when his daughter was young in diapers, and he did a skit with her, and she was there to collect the rent, and she was cussing him. She said, "Pay up, bitch." She was a little bit thing. It wasn't on a movie. It was just something they did.
Yeah, that man, there's so many movies that are freaking awesome.
Step Brothers. Oh my God.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Step Brothers? Where that's where the what was it? The wine mixer. What was it called? That party they went to. That was. Yeah. I felt so sorry for those parents. It was crazy. I don't know. I can't even believe they still show that one. Blazing Saddles.
Oh man.
Where the white women at?
Yes. Yes.
I love that movie.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Catalina wine mixer. That's it.
Yes.
Prestige worldwide.
What about the movie? Well, this is going to dive back in several years, but what about Steve Martin, the jerk? Oh my God.
I barely remember that one. I remember watching that one on TV when it came on a long time ago. My mama, I think she made me quit watching it.
Steve Martin, the jerk, man, there at the end, he's like writing those checks out. Paid to the order of Mrs. Blumenthal, $2.27. He doesn't pay his fortune back, you know.
What? So, did y'all like scary movies growing up? I didn't.
I just thought they were goofy.
I would sit and watch with my mom all the time.
River Morris. That's one of the most underrated movies ever. Three Amigos.
Oh yes. Oh.
He said, he's like, you be the lookout. And he was like, whoo, whoo. Then he got to saying, look up here, look up here.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is like, hey man, he said, what do you have? He said, we'll have a beer. Oh, we don't have beer. He said, what you got? Said, we got tequila. He said, what's tequila? I said, oh, it's like beer.
Yes. Hey, that Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, that was hilarious. It's like his brother Rupert when he pretended like he was like mentally handicapped, you know. Did you remember seeing it?
No, y'all, but it did remind me of something. If y'all haven't watched Johnny Knoxville's Ringer.
No, yes.
My God. I didn't know whether to laugh. At first, I was like, I'm going to hell if I laugh at this. You know what I mean? But I realized it ended up being a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him so much. I used to absolutely love watching all the jackasses.
He said, hi, I'm Jeffy. I can count to potatoes.
Yes.
And those guys are like, it's like, we know what you're doing. And they were training him. They were beating the crap out of him every morning. He said, how's this happen? I don't know. We just like doing it. Jeffy. Yeah.
No, there's Jeffy right there.
Yeah. You scratched my CD right in the clear daylight. You scratched my CDs. I'm sorry.
Yes.
They said when they were talking about you, it said we ain't dumb as people think we are. He said, remember that time Pamela Anderson showed up? He said, yeah. He was rubbing all over her.
Yeah.
She was okay with
it. Milkman has got his second win. We was on the phone. Now, let me tell y'all, we had a live chat last night. It was me and Roger and Patrick and Joe Parker and Wendell in Flat Rock. No Jeff. Jeff was off doing whatever, gallivanting through the neighborhood. Well, everybody got off of that call. Well, then like 2 hours later, that's exactly, Joanne. That's exactly.
Oh, I love that movie. Oh my God.
But anyway, my phone goes off and it's another live chat and I answer and it's me.
Roger's not down.
I'm just glad somebody else has seen it.
Yes. But anyway, it's Jeff. Jeff is like made it home and it's me and Joe. Everybody else I'm sure was asleep. So me and Joe and Jeff are talking. And we're just talking along. We was on there about 20 minutes. Oh my God. Roger's down. Man down. Anyway.
I heard that kid or that actor say that line when she
cried.
Oh, I could visualize it because he whoops his head and goes, the fuck we get ice cream.
Didn't care what else was going on. Like, we want ice cream.
Yes. She's down. She's out. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
No, I can't even see. I'm crying. Look.
Oh.
I was just talking to Jeff.
But anyway, look, we answered. Me and Joe answered because we're still up. Jeff is talking, tell us what all he's been into. He'd been off with some party or something, gallivanting through the neighborhood. And of course, we asked him hell about what kind of bar he went to. And but he's like mid-sentence talking to me and Joe, and he quits talking, and it was like, as soon as his sentence ends, as soon as it ends, I go to say something. You couldn't have went 3, 2, 1, and all you can hear, you can see the ceiling. I guess it was his porch, and you can hear it sound like a water buffalo snoring. I was like, "What in the world?" Joe goes, "What is that?" I said, "He's snoring." I don't know how in the hell it's like somebody hit him in the head with a hammer. So when we finally hung up because we couldn't hear anything but him, I don't know how, like, Jeff, how long did you stay out on the porch?
I'm so jealous, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. He's with his midget friend at the bar.
I don't have one as a friend. That's not fair.
We about died last night when I asked him. I said, "Okay, how tall is your midget friend?" He said, "Well, he's about 6 or 8 inches shorter than I am." And then I about died.
Screw y'all, man. I can't even see nothing.
I'm crying. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Oh, do they have special barware for like people like that where they could? Because it'd be hard to reach around a beer glass, wouldn't it? Till daylight.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
told Joe, I said, maybe nothing will get him because he went out on the porch, I reckon, let his dogs out, and that's where he conked out. We was looking at the roof of his ceiling of his porch. I thought, well, he'll fall out of the chair or something will get him.
What's the weirdest place you ever woke up, Jeff?
What?
What's the weirdest place? I want to know the weirdest place Jeffrey ever woke up at. Oh my god!
I gotta go wipe my face.
Use your shirt like I did.
I'm gonna have to get a washcloth. Y'all are about to see me take my makeup off live because it's getting bad in here.
I agree with Brian. I agree with Brian. I'm gonna need the rest of this story.
Oh man!
You need to film some of it. That would be.
I can see
the same
it
one
now.
that saved you on the zip line.
I can see it now. I mean, I could see this starting off as one hell of a joke. Well, there was a milkman and a midget walked in a bar.
Oh my god! No offense to little people.
Not at all. Look, we make fun of everybody. We make fun of ourselves. So you know,
we're equal opportunity offenders.
There you go. I gotta go blow my nose. Y'all gotta give me a second.
Oh my god! I don't.
Yeah.
This couch first.
I need it.
We're listening. If she says this couch is what's making that racket, I ain't sure.
Oh my god! That kind of broke. That got me because I'm already thinking about Jeff sitting at the bar anyway.
I mean, he was out last night, and like his sentence didn't even hardly quit echoing in the room, and he was snoring. It was like, whoa.
I'm sure Jeffrey has some good stories about waking up.
Oh, I can't imagine. I can't. I still, maybe I was the only one that pondered, like he kept talking about his zip line escapades. The zip line's cool. I just don't know what possessed him to do it in the nude.
No, that was the part that got me. And it was cold. It's like not summertime.
He said he ended up asleep under a car. Oh my God.
Oh man. Have you seen have you seen the videos that they're making with the little people, and they'll like jump in the pool and it'll go bloop.
Yeah.
That's
That it's got them throwing the javelin and it switches over and the guy catches a toothpick.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty creative.
It is. It's cool.
Oh
But
my
you know
God.
the thing about it, man, that political correctness killed all the fun. I mean, shit. I got plenty of stuff people make fun of me about. Hell, that's what makes the world go round. You got to see either smile or cry, and I ain't much on crying.
Listen, speaking of little people or whatever, there's midget wrestling coming to Newport.
I tried to get y'all to come down here 2 weeks ago. They was having it up here at Florence, up about 10 miles from Coonbo's house. Y'all could have come down. We went boogering and then went watched the midget wrestling and then went back boogering.
I know. I told JR, I said, I'm going, and I'm getting me some pictures, and I'm going to like see how many of them will like, let me put them on my shoulders and take pictures. We'll see how many I can hold at one time. Be like, have them hanging off my arms.
You realize you can't adopt one and bring it home, right?
I got a story, but I don't know if I should tell it. We were in school in Murfreesboro, and there was this guy, y'all. I may have told y'all this before. Y'all know how wide a cafeteria tray is. I don't know is it 24 inches or less?
Probably, yeah.
There was a guy, he was so short. In the line in the cafeteria, he would put one part of it on the floor, and he would put the other under his arm, and he'd lean on it. And watching him go up the steps with his pull book bag was kind of cool. He was a cool dude. He was funny, but my friends were mischievous, mean, and they knew that they could get me laughing, and I was done. And one of my buddies is one of the best guys you ever meet, and he's looking at him one day. He said, "I wonder how far I could kick him." They were wanting to bring him home. Like he said, "Can man clean out that book bag? We'll get him."
He's the only one I've ever seen. I mean, no, there was this one, and I told this story before, and everybody thought I was being racist, and I wasn't, because I'm literally not talking about anybody or midgets or whatever. But remember, I said I had never seen one ever. I was a kid, and I live in a little bitty town. When I say little town, when I was a little kid, it was a little freaking town. One time I seen one little midget, he was a little black man, but he had this big ass nice Bronco, it was like a big old lifted up thing. And I was like, but I was little. I was confused on how in the world the guy even got in there, let alone how he was going to drive it. And I was like, Mom, this ain't making no sense. This guy's getting in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? And it was like,
well,
and then it had extensions like on the freaking "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," where he puts them damn blocks on his shoes.
My cousin, when he was a little boy, my mom took him to Walmart or somewhere, and Mikey, you know how kids are just honest, and they'll get you in trouble. Like Peyton got me in trouble a lot of times.
They don't know. You know what I mean?
They're
curious.
Mama had Mikey by the hand, and they were walking into Walmart. Then this little man come out and he had a beard like Greg. It was red and long. And Mikey tried to climb up her, and he was screaming monster. He was squalling.
Look, I was in Coleman, Alabama, and got in traffic and got behind a motorcycle, and the thing pulled up to a damn red light and stopped, and the dude hopped off of it and was standing, reaching up, holding it. And the traffic started. He started it rolling again and climbed up on it when it was rolling. This dude, I'm talking about when he was standing on the ground, the seat of the motorcycle was about the top of his shoulders. And he was riding a damn motorcycle. I'm like, how in the hell does this work?
And he's probably riding that thing better than I could.
Oh, yeah. He was riding the crap out of it.
Eric, I told that story about Peyton in the grocery store when he was about 3 years old. Got me killed 2 or 3 times. Talking about, I have to tell y'all that sometime. Or y'all go watch it on Erica and them show. Y'all, I am drained. I get to laughing so hard I can't breathe.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, I hate that we didn't really have a topic tonight. Maybe we can do better next show, but we just figured we'd get on here and At least be us and cut up and give y'all a taste of what we do most of the time.
Stop it. Oh my God. So I want to know, I got to know more. I'm like everybody else. Jeffrey,
It's raining like crazy now.
How did y'all become friends? And like,
yeah, fill us in, Jim.
yeah, that's cool. Topics are for amateurs. We just come up with a topic and we don't never talk about it. So
yeah, seriously, y'all, we really do not. We're not making fun of nobody. Just because we crack jokes on people, don't mean we're making fun of them whatsoever. I mean, I guess we are in a way, but
no,
we don't mean nothing by it. Like we're not.
But look, people that see this, people see this.
If we're not joking on somebody, we probably don't even like them.
Yeah, that's right. I get along with everybody because I don't take things too seriously, and I never picked on anybody in my life, but I've picked with a ton of people. But you got to be sure that they can, and you'll find out real quick. There's people out there that can dish it out and can't take it back, you know. But if you picking with me and I'm laughing, it's coming back. It may not be then.
100%, Leanne. Yes, deaf, short, fat, stupid, whatever you name it. We can talk about it because we all got it in the family.
Look, when I was about 325, I had I took my kids to we call it Shopperland. They tore down Opryland and built that mall, Opry Mills. Yeah. And we went and spent a whole day, watched a movie, ate a couple times, and I had a Case XX camouflage hat on, and I had a cut off shirt. My sleeves were cut off. I walked out of the bathroom, and this girl was in this nice restaurant. It was underwater themed and low lights. And so, she didn't get a good look at my face, but I come around the corner and that young girl looked up at me and her eyes got big. And I thought, like quickly, I thought, what in the world? And she turned to her mama. She said, I thought that was Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh my God.
I didn't know whether to laugh or be pissed off.
Oh my gosh, Hillary! Look, we know you claim to fame there. I'm a Jesco fan.
I had to look Jesco up. Oh my God! You know what it reminded me of? Growing up around here and some of my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just I'm like, can you imagine?
Yeah, the best one is to get the original Jesco White documentary. And watch the original one that come out probably in the late 80s, early 90s. That is fabulous, dude. I could sit here and quote Jesco White phrases. Oh, my God. Them sloppy, slimy eggs. Oh, my God. It is priceless.
And growing up in the 70s, they'll show these videos of Appalachian people and talk about, just can't believe people live like that. Every house we went to, if it was a house, it wasn't, like there are houses that boogers live in around here that were better than some of these houses that we had family living in, and everybody had a great time. I remember having those big old record players and somebody to get their hands on and some new music. And that's the first time I ever heard. I watched them, the adults, which they're probably late teens, early 20s, most of them, dancing to Locomotion. I remember that when I was a kid. And one of my most favorite songs ever, it took me forever to find it. I didn't know the name of it, but somebody had, it was Spiders and Snakes. You ever heard that? Spiders and Snakes, that ain't what it takes to, it's kind of fun, a wild song. I finally found that, but it was simpler time. Nobody was stuck on, I remember one of them came home. He found out he had cancer. He was young. And he said, heck with it. He went and bought him a Smoking a Bandit Trans Am. He knew he wasn't about to pay for it.
Man.
I remember him driving us around in that thing. I thought I was, in the movies, you know what I'm saying? But he passed away. But yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And look, if y'all have never seen the original Jesco White documentary, please watch it. Please watch it.
Brian knows. Jim Stafford. It took me forever. YouTube come along. That's how I found it.
Did you see where Jeff said that they went to high school together, that they met in the FFA, Future Farmers of America? Jeff, I was in the 4-H club. You want to hear some stories?
There's this one time at 4-H camp.
Hillary said he's too highfalutin for her. Never met him.
Never met him.
But Hillary does live like a half a mile from the original Mothman sighting or something like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Real close.
You know, that Jessico's sister, that Mamie, I reckon old Popcorn Sutton had a big, he was like, he got all wound up chasing after her, I think. That's what the word on the street was anyway.
See, and that's another thing, like the moonshiner, Jim Tom. I'm like, everybody thinks this is funny. I knew people like that back in the day. You know, how he hunt, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
And
Hey, I can't remember one of them's name, but I've damn seen him when I was bear hunting. He hunts with some of the guys up there that I hunt with. I can't remember what his name is. I don't watch it much.
Well, see, Missy, I didn't realize that Popcorn Sutton, where he was living when he passed away, wasn't but just like right up the road from where y'all bear hunt.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like within 10 miles of there.
Yeah.
And somebody, it may be the guy you're talking about. Somebody lived over here in Giles County, right beside me, that was part of that crew. I don't remember. I have to look it up, but I was looking it up, and there was a video from Pulaski over here, and one of the family members, it might have been him, he moved away and moved to Pulaski over here, not 15 miles from me. So, and he looks familiar, y'all. I mean, to me, I don't forget a face, and I don't know where I've seen him before, but I ain't saying I met him. I'm just saying when Greg told me about it, and then Hillary was talking about it, I went and looked it up, and I told Heather, I said, this guy right here looks familiar. He sounds familiar.
You talking about Jesco?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he don't live far from you. I figured out where he lives. He don't live far at all. It probably ain't 30 minents from your house now. He's moved over to southern Middle Tennessee.
I think I was in 4-H too. I probably got kicked out. Because
I done FFA too.
We couldn't afford 4-H. We had 3-H.
I didn't get to do any of that stuff. Like, people were in the Boy Scouts. They were, of course, I'm sure the people I was around, I was learning everything they were learning.
I used to remember the Cub Scout sign. I can't remember how to do it now.
I went and signed up, and we met at a church, and I was real young, and they had this contest at the end where they would take a cotton ball and they had the striker to see if you could start a fire. And I'm watching everybody struggle. Well, I was the last one, and I took the cotton ball and spread and tore it out a little bit. And I put the end of it down in there, and I got that sharp edge and one strike and lit that cotton ball. And I won a little Boy Scouts flashlight, and I never went back. Daddy said, why don't you want to go back? I said, I knew first 10 minutes I wasn't going back. He said, what happened? He said, when they're talking about digging a hole in the woods and crapping in it, covering it back up, I wouldn't have no part of that.
Waste of time, wasn't it, Roger?
Hey, I ain't saying I wouldn't. I've had, y'all, I shouldn't tell this. So me and Peyton were hunting at this new place where we had the rock thrown at us and all that's happened. It was cold, and it was during COVID time, so everybody had different type masks and stuff like that. Well, we bought some stuff to cover our face, while we're hunting, and that was just so the deer couldn't see us or whatever. And Peyton had his own. He had it down around his neck. We were leaving, and a pain hit me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it to the truck. And he said, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I said, let me borrow that mask.
My God.
He said, I don't want it back. So I'm hunting around these woods, and I found the perfect rock, y'all, that was about 2.5 feet off the ground, had a hole in it.
My God.
I was looking around checking for snakes and everything. It was cold anyway, but still, I'm going to check for snakes. And I looked, and I told Peyton, said, go over that little rise right there. I'll be back in a minute. Every time we walked by that rock, I said, "You want your mask back?" He said, "Hell no, I don't want that mask back." But something took it. The last time I checked, it was gone.
It took the rock and took the poop.
It took Peyton's mask.
Oh, okay.
I know y'all didn't want to hear that, but man, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey,
I when I found the rock and saw how it was shaped, it was perfect. I said, "Thank you, Jesus." And this is gonna be easy.
Oh,
now that I know that rock is there, I'm good to
go. Well, I would tell you about the ones that the bathrooms that we found, but like I'm weird and I'll literally won't go for a week if I have to try to go somewhere weird.
Oh my God.
And she tells us, like, man, I ain't been to the bathroom in 5 days.
I'm telling you, my stomach gets upset and I can't help it. I'm like, y'all ain't took a shit in a week.
She'll be like on a Saturday, she'll be like, y'all, I ain't been to the bathroom. I ain't been to the bathroom since Thursday was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I brown mask rock. Yeah. You know how many I'm 55 and there's no telling how many t-shirts are in the woods scattered across this county where I've been out. My daddy was bad. My daddy, he'd whip over anywhere. He run under a bridge one time. It was at night. We're on the way home and he was grunting and groaning. And I was laughing at him. He was cussing me. And he pulled in town and ran under his bridge. And he come back out and he felt better. And he found the guys used to hang out under and drink quartz beers, and he said, "Man, I found paper sacks." I said, "I was hoping the train would come through and, mess you up." He said, "Well, everything went all right, but that homeless guy under the bridge wasn't too happy about that shit." So we got to go.
Nothing crap is living on.
Gross.
Oh, my uncle used to say, he said, "Boy, my stomach was messed up." He said, "I think I could have crapped through a screen door." Oh my God.
Oh, the things we talk about.
Oh, and the thing is, we have to be careful here. If you get us around the fire.
Oh man, you ain't kidding.
There's stuff that I absolutely can't. I mean, it's not that bad. It's bad, but there's some things that you take to your grave types of things. But I grew up around some mean ass people. That's why I'm respectful to everybody. It's and you can tell, Pete, if you can tell somebody that's grown up like that because they don't talk crap. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Michelle. Y'all forgive me.
Listen, Michelle, we already didn't have a topic, and it came down to the point to where I sent a message, and I'm like, y'all, what the hell are we going to talk about?
I'm like, it don't matter.
And like I was already saying, well, it's looking like I'm going to have to do my first marriage counseling or therapy session or the sex talk with Squirrel or something, because we didn't know what the hell was going on. So we figured we'd just let it run off the tracks wherever it went.
If you ever decide to do that, and I'm gonna watch, because I get in trouble.
I'm telling you, like I think that ought to be a members only channel. We'll do a 99-cent script for
1 penny. Yeah, like, hey.
Yeah. Whatever you can do to get away with to keep it from getting.
Oh my God. But that's some of my best memories though, around a campfire. Just talking and getting everything out and laughing. Man, we used to can y'all imagine people in chat? Can y'all imagine us three when we were younger? What I got in trouble for in school was laughing. I would get so tickled. There was one time I was down on one knee. I couldn't breathe. And the teacher didn't even look. He didn't even ask me. My buddy, he's like my brother. His name is Tony Shelton. This guy called. He was a shop teacher, and he called everybody by their last name. And they had a real deep voice, and he had said something that set me off because it was my first day in there, and Tony had warned me. He's hilarious, and he ain't trying to be. That's what's hilarious. And he comes over there and he looks down at me, and he looks over at Tony. He said, "Sheldon, he okay?" When he said that, I about passed out. He said, "Leave him alone. He'll be all right in a minute." And I got in trouble in study hall. I would show up at the principal's office, and Mr. Dukes, he's like laughing again. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and he loved me to death because I never did anything bad. And oh my God. But I did do some mischievous stuff. But
Roger, I just chalk most of my stuff up as I lived an eventful life, and I've seen stuff that most people have never seen, and for some reason it waits till I get there to happen. Yeah, because I mean I've seen stuff that just boggles your mind, and I look back on it now going, how and why did that go down that way? I mean, just being around crazy people, wild ass people, and people just really didn't give a shit. I reckon I've been surrounded by them my whole life.
Well, look, we didn't have anything else to do, Greg. We had to make up our own entertainment. You know,
you're right.
I mean, I didn't have all these fancy toys. I didn't have all that stuff. And our favorite word growing up when we were little was pretend this is this. We'd have a stick or we'd have a whatever, and we'd make up our own stories. So
we was about 2 weeks ago. One of my buddies, Chief Police up here, he's like, "Why does this name sound familiar?" And he told me. And what it was is he got notification this guy was moving back here from up north, and the guy's he's on parole, and he's been in somewhere in Michigan, been in prison for several years, for like 25 years. And I said, "Man, you not remember who that is?" He's like, "Well, it's like I forgot." I said, "We got a bunch of trouble here." I said, "I went through school with this dude." I said, he's awful strange." Well, I said, "What did you get into up north?" And it was some really bad stuff. But anyway, he was going to move back down here because he's got several family members down here. And I told him, I said, "Man, do you not remember?" I started naming off a lot of stuff he'd done. And then he's like, "Oh, I know who it is." I said, "Look, that son of a gun is fruitcake crazy." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Look, dude, he's the one I was sitting in. We had what was that class? It wasn't Spanish. It was something. I can't remember what class. It may have been a civics class. Anyway, high school. We're in class, and I sat in the teacher's looking the far left, all the way in the back. You had one row that was against the wall, and then a row next to it. I was in the far back seat, and this dude was in the seat to my right, sitting. I mean, I could have reached out and poked him in the ear. Well, he's got like a 3 or 5 subject notebook. And I just keep glancing over at him like, what is this retard doing? Well, he's got this notebook, and he's taking the spiral, the wire, and he's unlacing it. He's pulling it out, and he's unwinding it. This idiot unlaces all this little wire out of that notebook binding. And I'm like, I know he's off his rocker anyway, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, is he going to strangle somebody with this? What are we doing? He takes this piece of wire, and he pulls out a piece probably about 4 inches long. He's holding it. And he takes that wire, and he starts up his arm, plumb up his elbow, and back down, and back up, and back down. And he winds up, he's got 2 prongs sticking out like this. There's 2 wires about that long sticking out of his hand. Well, he's got all this notebook paper still piled up, and he just rakes her off on the floor, and it just flutters everywhere. Well, about the time this stuff's fluttering down, and I'm just like kicked back, like, what in the hell are you doing? This moron leans over the wall that he's sitting against. There's a 110 plug in.
Oh.
Well, he plugs her up. Pow! He shoves that wire, those 2 prongs in that outlet. Look. I'm talking about that wire went to like cherry red hot, and the breaker blowed almost instantaneously. The lights go out. In this room I'm in, there's not a window. There's no windows at all. So it's dark as a damn dungeon. and all you can smell is burnt hair and skin. And I'm just sitting over there just chuckling, and everybody else is struggling to fit. Well, it's like, hell, and I got to bum my way out of here. So we finally get the room cleared out. They get the power back on. This moron's over there, and it looks like you just took and branded his arm round and round and round and around. Well, the teacher has a goddamn full-blown nervous breakdown because she's had this kid try to snuff himself out in the middle of class.
Greg.
Well, I mean, that's what happened. But it's like, what is wrong with you, dude? He just plugs it in, this floop.
The only thing I would do to get out of class was I'd wait and pull my teeth. I would pull it'd get loose, and I'm like, I'm getting out of school tomorrow. And I'd sit there and the teacher's talking, I'd turn and I'd spit, make blood run down, and I gotta go to the bathroom or whatever, call my mama, I'm bleeding. She'd come get me. She'd, you gotta quit doing this shit. I'm like, they would basically send me home. I'd be fake crying and shit.
But yeah,
I don't know how many times I've seen kids stick shit in the damn plugins, just like what you're talking about. And it's like, right before they do it, you're sitting there, you better don't. By God, they do it anyways.
Yeah.
And then bam, you hear that fucking pop, see the smoke and smell that, there ain't no lights.
Yeah.
And you got some kid over here screaming his fingers are burning.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have that piece of wire wrapped all up and down your arm.
And the bad thing is, I was always the jokester, and I'd have these ideas, and I finally had to shut up because there's people that would do it, and I'm like, I was just joking, y'all. I wasn't saying it. Oh my God!
Man.
You remember?
God, they'd get madder than hell because, like you said, it'd blow the fuse. The whole plug-in would have to be changed because it'd be burnt black.
I remember one time, I might have told this, but I was mischievous, and we had this teacher. I think I told y'all. I'll make it quick. She was OCD about things, and she would straighten up desk and everything when we were taking quizzes and tests, and I was gonna mess with her, so I snuck in some super glue, and I took and super glued the right corner, I think it was, of the leg and the left, put a little drop on each one and set it crooked. And I didn't know it was going to pop quiz, but it was right beside me. And she come over to straighten it up, and it wouldn't move. And the next day I come in, and there was 2 towels out of the floor, and that chair was sitting over here. And I never told anybody. I got to class early just so I could do that. But I mean, I was scared because I didn't want to, tear anything up. But
I had a teacher that used to beat us with a ruler. She hit down. Yeah. Oh my God, I hated that woman.
Yes, some of our teachers.
Oh, you don't understand. You know how many times we ain't gonna talk about how many times I'd have to go to the office and my mama would get called over this lady smacking me with a freaking ruler. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think I didn't say something to her and be in the first grade, I did.
Oh my God.
I had we had a teacher in middle school. He was a football coach, and everybody loved him outside. They didn't know he would call us stupid idiots and throw erasers and chalk and whatever at us. And you don't think we didn't get him back, and he didn't know who did it? I mean, I'm telling you, back we still had smoking areas, and we still had visitors.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that was so mean. He was a senior when I was a freshman. He come out to the smoking area. I'd go out there and hang out with the guys, and we'd laugh and cut up. The teachers would be out there smoking, and so the vocational school had a big smoking area, and we're sitting out there. There was one guy that was so freaking mean that he reached in his afro and pulled out a joint and sat there in front of the teachers and smoked it and was looking at them like, say something. And they didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing. And I'm sitting there like, what in the hell's going on? He ended up, that's the guy that ended up, his best friend, they got down to their last $2 back in the mid-90s. It was cold, and they bought a quart of beer, and they was fighting, and he stabbed his buddy in the butt, and he bled out and killed him. So he ended up in prison. What was that? DD, you didn't go to Marshall County High School, did you? Because we had the same thing. Mr. Watts. He was one of my
Golly.
he was one of my favorite teachers, and we had a blue room, what they called it. It had all the lockers was painted blue. He kept some tools in there. He had a tool shed right there with the everything. But then we had auto mechanics where it had an actual paint booth, and so there was this guy was climbing up on stuff and doing stuff, and he was dropping crap. He'd take a crap just anywhere, and you'd walk in, you're like, oh man, the mad shitter done struck again. And we didn't know who he was.
Mad shitter.
And we didn't know who he was. Mr. Watts went in the blue room one day to get something. He come out, he was madder than fire. I said, Mr. Watts, I said, what's wrong, Mr. Watts? He said, some motherfucker done shit in the blue room.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry for my language, y'all, but that's what we're laughing.
He done painted the blue room brown.
So the rest of high school, Mr. Watts would be walking down the hall, and somebody said, somebody done shit in the blue room. And he'd turn around, he'd be mad. Shut up. They finally found the guy, found out who it was.
That's so gross.
They caught him in the act. And it was big news, right? I mean, like, oh, they caught the mad shitter. Who was it? It was old retard.
They caught the mad shitter.
So when I started working at the jail, the mad shitter was in one of the cells.
Roger just says that so casually.
Everybody knew him for the rest of his life. Everybody
They
knew
need
him.
to pop theirs too.
If you'd see him, it's like you were with your buddies. Like, there goes the mad shitter. What's he doing? What's he up to today? We gave him that nickname,
I can't breathe. My ribs hurt so bad.
But Mr. Watts was so I love. He's the guy. He's the guy that killed himself the day that Peyton was born. Right. I told y'all that story, but he would be. I need one of my aces. I need one of my aces. Ross, come over here. Show these young people how to do this. So I would do something, and I wouldn't do something right, and he'd thump me in the head. He said, "Make me look bad, Rod. You make me look bad." And somebody said, how come you didn't get in trouble in Mr. Watts' class? I said, because when I walked through the breezeway and I smelled old charter in the morning, I knew Mr. Watts was drunk off his butt. And I'd go over there and make sure he wouldn't fall out of his chair. And he would almost fall, and I'd grab him. I was kind of being discreet about it. He'd look up and he said, "Thank you, Rod." I said, "You're welcome, Mr. Watts." So when it comes time for grading, we didn't do anything in the class. When he said, "Well, it's time for 6 weeks grade," we go over and be writing. My name's at the bottom, and he was writing it in number 2 pencil. And I would go over there, and I don't know if he's messing with me or not, but everybody else is getting like 95s and 94s and all this stuff. And he'd get to my name, he'd write down like a 72 or something, and I'd bump him. I said, "Mr. Watts, you can do better than that." He'd grin, erase it, and give me a 90 something.
Oh my God.
They're like, "How come you never got in trouble? You did all kind of stuff in that class." I said, "Well, I kind of helped him out a little bit." There was a rumor that they were fixing, somebody had told on him. That man handed me his keys. I was about 16 years old, probably. Handed me his keys. He said, "Well, you go out to my truck, and there's some old charter and there's some beer up under the seat. Will you take care of that for me right quick? I might be in trouble." I'm like, "Yep, I got you." And so me and my buddy ran out there. We're grabbing old charter and shit. We probably kept some of it, but but we got it. We hid it for him, and so that's why I didn't get in trouble with his class, because I took care of him. I wasn't stupid. I made friends. He's the guy. Hey, I was one at the end of the senior year. I don't know how it happened, but I found out I was 1 credit short from graduating, and I was panicking. I don't know how it happened. I figured it wrong. And Mr. Watts like, "What's up, Raj?" I said, "Man, I'm 1 credit short from graduating. I'm in trouble. This is horrible." He said, "I got you, Raj." I said, "What?" He said, "I got you. I'll get you that credit." I said, "How you going to do that?" He said, "Don't worry about it." And I was so scared. They called my name out. And when they handed out the envelopes and stuff, I looked in there like, "Oh, thank Jesus." Mr. Watts came through. So I never graduated. If y'all hear me say, I never was 11th grader either, but I had to go to summer school. Oh man.
My favorite teacher was a building 8 teacher. I don't know if I should say his name or not, but I'm going to anyways. He's retired.
Wait. What?
A building 8 teacher.
What is a building aid? Is that like an ag teacher?
I were going to say that.
Is that like an ag teacher?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like a prison shop.
It was forestry. Yeah. I took forestry, and he was the same way. I could get away with murder in that class because he would see, we didn't have, they had cut out a few years before I had got to the high school, the smoking out in the courtyard. Well, the teachers or nobody was supposed to smoke on school grounds anymore, but he smoked cigars and he'd go hide in a broom closet and smoke. We all knew what he was doing. You could smell it, but it's funny. I always called him Papon, who's a damn Papon, you shit bird. That's what he used to always call me, a shit bird.
If you got
over our weights and sit down.
if you got a teacher calling you shitbird, you can get by with anything.
Yeah, right.
Y'all, we had an ag teacher. We had an ag teacher, and this dude was he'd been in the military, and this old man was a Green Beret, and he'd been in Korea. I mean, he was a Korean War veteran, and man, he was stern. I'm talking about stern. Which he liked me, which was a good thing. But anyway, there was a lot of guys in there that he didn't like. Well, you go in the shop building, you went down this hallway, and his office on the right, you went straight into the big shop. If you hung a left in the shop, you had another door. And, this was those big old thick wooden doors. It's like a hospital door, solid wood. Well, he would go in the tool room.
The nuclear doors they put in schools back then.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, look, this was a tool room, so it was like a quadruple sized broom closet. This thing was probably like 8 by 10. Had all these tools and junk in it. Well, they were some of the boys that was about 4 or 5 years older than me. They, we all had ag class together. They catch him in that closet and they ease up there and shut the door and latch it. And there's like 3 or 4 guys against the door. And they take a damn drill and start running screws through the door into the door case and screwed the door completely shut. And the buzzer rang and the classes changed. Well, hell, everybody left. Well, look, it's like over an hour's done passed by, and we're up there in the other building in class, and all of a sudden you hear these damn double glass doors like explode open. Just whoa! Y'all, the hallway was a wooden floor hallway. Doors on the right and left of the classrooms. The classroom doors were open. There was a damn handful of screws come slinging down that hallway, banging and bouncing off everything. And he was, I'm talking about irate because he finally got it. He had this big old handful of them screws they took out of the door to get him out. But y'all, he was out for blood now. I'm talking about he's going to choke somebody to death. But
I don't know how some of the teachers, like, I saw a teacher just a couple months ago, one of Heather's family members, little boys, in a play, and there's this lady standing there. Of course, she's a lot older now. I walked up to her. I said, "You remember me?" She said, "You look familiar." And I told her I was. She said, "Oh, Roger, give me a hug." I said, "I know you don't remember this." I said, "But there was something went down in the cafeteria one time, and I had like 2 or 3 teachers mad at me. I didn't do it, but they don't believe you when you say you didn't do it. They just kind of saw it happen out of the corner of their eye." I said, "I always loved you to death because you stood up for me. You were watching what happened, and you got up in that other teacher's faces, said that boy right there didn't do nothing." I said, "I've always respected you for that." I said, "I appreciate that because I could have gotten in big trouble." And I was telling him I didn't do anything. I was just standing here. It went down in front of me, and yeah, there's some great teachers out there. And I had one teacher. We had several teachers that were from Vietnam era, and I would talk to them, and they didn't take no crap, but even now there's one that comes in the bank. He's losing his memory and stuff, but he'll ask Heather about me and all that stuff. And it just, I was interested in their stories, but I never asked them to tell a story, but if they wanted to talk about it, I had one teacher, y'all, loved her to death. Everybody hated her. And I might have told this a long time ago, but she was the oddest shaped person ever. and she had like toothpicks for legs, and she looked like a basketball body, and her head looked like a bucket, and she had one eye pointing this way, one eye pointing that way. And the first time I was in class, in her Spanish class, I'm sitting there, and she is giving somebody hell. She's fussing, and I'm like, boy, I'd hate to be whoever that is. And she was talking to me. I was talking or something. But she was looking in that corner of the room, and she was looking over at the floor over here, but her nose was pointing to me, and she said, you in the whatever colored shirt. And I'm like, you talking to me? Everybody started laughing. And she loved, she, it ended up, I could get by with anything. I could get by with anything because we went on a Spanish trip in Jackson, Tennessee. We had a competition. I didn't know anything. I was just there. I bluffed my way through. And so we had a hotel with the doors open to inside the hall, and all the kids were in the hallway, and her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend had a room. I come out of a room about 3 a.m, and she put me in the room with some other guys right beside her so she could keep an eye on me. I don't know which eye, but I went over there and hell, she's
looking at the two beside of you, don't you?
I called her Tasmanian Devil so many times. She just didn't even pay attention to it. She looked just like the Tasmanian Devil. I mean,
oh my gosh,
she was built just like him. So I'm like, how am I was sneaking, out of this girl's room at about 3 a.m. And when the door shut, I just had pants on. I didn't have I had my shirt and my shoes in my hand, and I'm sneaking across the hall, and her door is right beside our door. I'm like, I don't have a key. They've got the keys. How am I? So I'm barely knocking on the door, trying to wake somebody up, not wake her up. Well, it works, I thought. And so the next day we went to breakfast, and we're all at a McDonald's. And she was mad. She said, I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay. She said, what was you doing coming out of so-and-so's room about 3 a.m? She said, I got to report this. I said, what was you doing smoking dope at 3 a.m? I smelled that shit. She said, oh, we're okay.
Oh my God.
I said, oh, what were you doing? I said, I smelled that smoke coming out from under your door. And she said, well, just go on and don't do nothing else. I said, we good, right? She said, yeah. So I had to kind of threaten her, but she didn't take it. I mean, I didn't tell on her. And that's the trip where so much crazy stuff happened that I knew when we got back to school that everybody was going to run their mouth and tell. And it was some wild stuff. So I came up with a plan. I told my buddies, I said, listen, when we hit the school Monday morning, we've got to tell so many crazy lie stories that when they tell the truth, it's going to sound tame. And you start spreading the rumors about ourselves. We can say this, say that. And we did that. And we started telling these stories. And then, so when they started telling the real stories, they didn't hold a light to what really happened. And we didn't get in any trouble because everybody thought we was lying. And they thought they were lying too. It worked like a charm, boy. It was like, I was scared to death. The bus, before it left, we're on school property. I had a cooler full of beer, Old Charter, and I had sundrops on the top level. So if they looked in it, I would now, kids, I don't advise doing any of this stuff, but it was a fun time.
Oh man!
But the plan worked because I had teachers making fun of me. I heard you was naked skydiving off the high dive and stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever, and then I'm like, somebody made that up, so it worked. The plan worked.
Good Lord.
Anyway.
Hey, Haywood. Well, hey, everybody that's here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 3 people in here hanging out.
We ain't heard nothing out of Haywood in a while.
He's been at the White House.
Yes.
Michelle said she was a goody in high school.
I've laughed at y'all so much. My eyes are swollen, almost shut. Look.
I know.
Roger, did I ever tell you about the school I went to up here that we had this teacher? Now, she was a great teacher, but this woman, she had a personality. It was a little odd. She was, she taught English.
This one with speech impediment?
Yes, sir. Had a horrible speech impediment.
Oh, you told that on one of the night owls, and I've listened to that like
Yeah,
4 or 5 times.
Dave,
Crying.
I'm telling you, Dave, that when you English, you really need to have a pretty good speech if you're teaching English. English.
Speak English.
I had teachers that couldn't pronounce words. That teacher, biology teacher, where we stole that frog and put it in the freezer, and they unplugged the refrigerator, and they had to get hazmat crew. They didn't know what it was.
Oh God.
She couldn't pronounce certain words. And Greg, I know where you're at because you're sitting there trying to be serious, but when they say something like that, here I'm in the office again for laughing. And I couldn't tell because she was the wife of the principal. What are you laughing at?
This old gal, she'd come in like the class was noisy. She wouldn't get everybody to be quiet. She wouldn't just say, "Okay, class, y'all get quiet." She'd go, "Crash, y'all get quiet." God dang, I fall out the floor just dying laughing. But she had this thing, it'd go, It's like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I wouldn't have learned anything. I
said your Jake break.
Yeah. And you could you could have skipped every bit of work that the woman had you to do, and if you'd bring her a little 15-cent Pepsi Cola in the cup from the snack store, you're gonna get an A that day. There's no telling how many A's I got from carrying this woman a Pepsi.
Hey, you got to work it. You work the system.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've cried so much, I'm gonna have to drink a gallon of water.
Was she a pirate?
Yeah.
No, Robert, that was gonna be the
I remember Miss Dukes, the one I was talking about. She was real proper, but there were certain words I don't remember all of them. I remember one where if something was green, she couldn't say green. She said, and you take this and look, this is green. And the first time she said it, I was like, what did she say? And I had some horrible people around me. I had a class, the worst class ever. I was one of the best people in there. And what I mean is all the class clowns was in there. It was all guys except for this one girl. And she was so straight laced. And she would leave there with her, she was pale white. She would be red at some of the stuff that we were saying. And we didn't learn a thing. We laughed all the time. And Miss Williams finally, she broke down crying. I don't know how many times. She couldn't do nothing with us. It's like she would go to the office and come back and half the class is gone because they jumped out the window and left.
Yeah.
But anyway, I felt sorry for her because when I walked in that class, I looked around, I said, oh, somebody's messing with her. Put us all in here together. It was horrible.
Roger, you was talking about that having a smoking area. I mean, like our school, they had smoking areas. And I can remember in elementary school, if somebody needed a teacher, they'd be like, well, they're in the teacher's lounge. Then you'd go down the hallway and have to go up there and knock on the door at the teacher's lounge. They'd open that door. And it's a good thing I was little because I could see under the smoke cloud. It was like from you couldn't see somebody.
They done unhooked all the damn smoke detectors.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
look, how many teachers, Greg, going through school? What I'm about to say, kids now, it'll blow their minds. How many teachers asked you to borrow your knife or, hey man, you got to smoke? Hey, let me borrow a lighter. Yes.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yep.
Always.
I was real particular about my knives. I kept them sharp. And there was a cup. I'm like, they'd ask me. I'm like, no, you ain't borrowing my knife. Because most people, they'll go to cut something and mess the blade up or dull it up or whatever.
Roger, exactly what you're talking about. I had my knife and I had a loaner. I had the knife I used all the time stayed in the right pocket. My loaner knife stayed in the left pocket.
Because that's smart. I mean,
yeah.
Oh God, there's so many. I mean, and we had shotguns, 30 deer rifles in the truck with a rack, to
Yeah.
lock your doors. Nobody ever messed with you. I never saw anybody. They had one guy try to pull a knife out on me one time, but I saw it. I saw where he put it, and I changed his mind real quick. So, but that's the only time I ever almost had a knife pulled on me. But
I got cut with a knife, Roger. Quit being a sissy.
She got shanked at Upper Pod 5
with a box cutter.
Well, this guy probably didn't pull a knife out on anybody else. I'll just tell you. But yeah, that Upper Pod 5 was a bitch. Asked me for Copenhagen.
Come here, you little third grader. Give us my Copenhagen.
Man. We would our practical jokes. We didn't hurt nobody, but they were some of the most elaborate, thought out plans. And the best way to do a practical joke is don't tell nobody it's about to happen. If you ever get 2 or 3 people involved, you're in trouble. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. Now, one of the funniest things that ever happened is after I went to school in Lewisburg, and this happened here in Cornersville. One of my buddies, he was in that science class with me. He's the one, me and him hid the frog. His brother went down here. He had one leg at that time. Eventually lost both, but he had a wooden leg. They had a substitute teacher that day, and Lee, he pulled out like a case XX shark tooth lock back.
Yeah.
And he was just spinning it. He was waiting on her to say something. And she said, "Put that back in your pocket." He said, "No." She said, "Put that back in your pocket or I'm going to take it. You ain't taking my knife." He was acting mad. He wasn't. "You ain't taking my knife." She said, "I'll call the principal." He called the principal, and he stabbed himself in that wooden leg. She didn't know he had a wooden leg. They said she hit the floor. She passed out cold. He would do people like that for meanness.
That is horrible, but so great at the same time.
Yeah.
That's like one of those things that are epic because it's right on the edge of like giving somebody an actual heart attack. You just pushing the limits just enough to make that shit funny.
My teachers, oh God, I really feel bad now. But I timed it. I had a guy one time in that Spanish class with that lady, jumped up and he said, "How come I'm in trouble?" And she said, "'Cause you did so-and-so." He pointed right at me. He was a younger guy and he didn't know. He pointed at me, threw me on the bus. He said, "He does stuff all the time. He never gets in trouble." And it made me mad at first. I was looking at him like, "Boy, you fixing to get it." I was a little older than him. And she took care of it. She said, "Brad, the difference between you and him, you do stuff to be stupid and mean. He's just made that way. He can't help it."
Yeah. Hey, Roger, I'll talk.
Missing appendages.
Yeah. Roger, I got in a conversation with my buddy. He moved my bulldozer Friday, and we were talking about, like these kids nowadays has got soft. They can't take it for somebody to razz them or pick on them or poke and prod them like we grew up doing. And we were talking about that. And he was saying that he said, he went to work with his daddy when just straight out of school, and actually he was helping his daddy some during the summertime when he was still in school. Well, his daddy put in big pipelines. Now, look, this would have been like 1990. So, there was a lot more lax on younger people working on dangerous jobs. Right. Well, his daddy was like a job superintendent. Well, he brought him to work and told that guy, said, "Look, carry him out there and work his ass. He's got to have some money and he needs to be productive." Well, it's a bunch of guys in construction or pipeliners. And they were, kind of holding back on picking on him. Well, something was said that they kind of
Damn it, Hillary. Oh, my-
It's all right, Hillary. It's got 8 more lives.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be all right.
quit showing them comments.
Oh. It's just a warning shot.
Unless she's already been shitting on him.
It was just a warning shot. He'd be all right.
Oh my god.
But scroll down.
Oh shit.
I'm sweating like I don't know what. I don't know why I'm
can't
sweating. so
breathe.
I'm drenched in sweat. Just laughing.
Hey, but my buddy, he said that said the guy, one of his lead guys, come to him. He said, "Now look," he said I've been taking care of him. Said I'm making sure nobody gives him too much hell or picks on him. He said, "Hell don't." He said, "Y'all don't need to worry about picking on him. You better be. Y'all start picking on him. Y'all are gonna be the ones in trouble." He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Y'all just treat him like he's a regular hand. Don't give him no special treatment because it's my boy." He said, "But I'm gonna tell y'all." He said, "That shit goes both ways." It said when he starts turning loose on y'all, don't y'all come crying to me.
Yeah.
And he said that after about 2 weeks, they was dishing it out to him, and he was giving it back so hard to them that they were like, "Man, look, you gotta quit. You're hurting these guys' feelings." And he said his daddy told him, said, "Look, y'all don't know the group of guys that this boy grew up with, and all his uncles and all my buddies has picked on him since he was a little bitty kid." Said, "Look, he can hold his own with anybody."
Hey, Peyton's the same way growing up around me and my dad and some of my uncles. He'll hurt people's feelings and they won't even realize they're hurt till 2 hours later, like thinking about what he said.
Yeah.
You know how those shots go over people's heads? He
Oh,
calls me
yeah.
all the time telling me like some of the stuff that people say at work and his comebacks. He's quick. But somebody, I think it was DD, asked how many paddlings I got. I didn't get that many, but I went and like there was times I got paddlings where I didn't deserve it, but I got by with so much stuff I just took them anyway. I mean,
Yeah, it probably just equaled the score.
Yeah, I'm like-
one for the team.
yeah, I'm just glad they don't know about this or that. You know, I said, what am I in the office for? I'm scared to death. What am I in the office for? Oh well, this happened. I'm like, oh, I had nothing to do with that, but I'll take that beating because at least I'm not going away. You know.
Poor old Hillary's cat. I hope that cat don't mosey through the bathroom when she's in there and runs out of toilet paper and be like, "Why's that cat got a brown streak?"
I didn't have no socks.
Yeah.
That's what somebody. I was working for the lottery and this old lady was manager of Kroger's in Chevrolet, and I was one of the only ones out during COVID. I had to do some stuff and everybody else was working from home. They wasn't working. And so I'm out there, I'm kind of mad because I'm out there. And she said, I was looking around, people was like buying, they had put a limit on their toilet paper and all that. And we were talking about it. And she said, you didn't go out and buy a bunch of toilet papers. No, ma'am, I already had plenty. I said, but as long as Goodwill's got shirts, I'll be good. I breathe, man.
Yes, Misty probably got in trouble on purpose.
Oh yeah. Hey, some of the meanest kids that I was around in school either had
the pool room downtown
judges for daddies or preachers for daddies or whatever. Oh my God.
Hillary, she's giving Hillary the stink eye.
No, Hillary will carry that cat to the vet tomorrow so much I have pink eye in both eyes.
Y'all, I gotta go. It's past everybody's bedtime. I know it's past. Misty don't sleep. Greg don't sleep. So.
I do sleep.
I remember one time.
Sorry, y'all. I have to keep going out and blowing my nose and wiping my eyes. I can't even see chat.
I'm telling you,
I rubbed my nose completely raw.
that damn cat's eyes will be matted shut in the morning.
I got in trouble one time. We got to Greg. You ever took dimes or quarters and threw them against the wall, and whoever closest scooped the whole pile?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Pick quarters. Yeah.
Yeah. We had a room. I would get a $5 roll of dimes, and I worked on it. And we would sneak off in this room, and we'd be in there pitching dimes. And that Mr. Watts guy, he knew we were doing it, and sometimes he'd come in there and he'd scoop up all the money and say, "Y'all get out of here. Y'all gonna get in trouble." And he'd keep the money. We finally had to go do it somewhere else because he knew we were doing it. We'd be playing tonk, have quarters up on the table. He said, "Y'all gambling?" No.
Oh man.
I was in class one day in the shop, and I was digging through. I was being nosy, and I found 2 stobs and 4 horseshoes. And I went there and said, "Mr. Watts, what's that doing there?" "Oh, they had an event one time, and I just kept them in here." I said, "Let's set them up out back." He said, "We can't be playing horseshoes out there in that field." I said, "Why can't we?" And he let us do it. If we didn't have anything to do, we were out there playing horseshoes the whole 2 hours of shop class.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I guess you better wrap it up. It's almost been 3 hours.
Yeah, but it's been fun.
I've laughed so much at y'all. Listen, I was already swelled all to pieces for the last 2 days laughing at these shitheads. They're
laughing at us.
I've laughed.
You caused it.
I've cracked ribs. I've passed out. You name it. It's happened.
Misty's meaner than hell, y'all. I don't know if y'all figured that out yet or not.
Oh my God.
But
Spencer has disappointed me because he doesn't love us anymore. Look, I'm going to go rant on this channel too. So. He's going to kill me tomorrow.
Oh my God. Y'all, she is terrible to Spencer. It is crazy. And,
look, you would absolutely thank that blood brother and sister the way she treats him.
There's sometimes I'll look, I'll come up and there's 100 missed messages and I'll read through them. I ain't even getting involved in this one.
Oh, I've been giving him shit the last few days because he's always missing.
It's all in fun though, but
I had to catch up.
I'm just sitting here wondering how much that damn cat's hair is going to fall out over the night.
Oh my God.
Do what?
I'm wondering how much of that cat's hair is going to fall out during the night tonight.
She said it's just sitting over in the corner, damn staring at her. She said it knows better than itself.
They say that cats can see things we can't. That's how much is probably trying to stare through the brown fog.
She just was saying you seen it coming. There was nothing it could do.
got it trapped. The cat probably feels like Pigpen off of Charlie Brown with a cloud just following him.
She had that damn cat by the short and curlies. It wasn't getting away.
I don't mess with cats. I've been eat up so many times by a little cat. I told y'all about that time we had a white cat, little kitten, about half grown, and he was indoor-outdoor cat, and I got to looking, and he had like 1 million fleas on him. I'm like, oh my God. Did I tell you that? I went in the bathroom, and I didn't have, so I went in the bathroom, I took my shirt off, and I grabbed him behind the head. I wasn't trying to hurt him, and I had alcohol, and I poured alcohol on him, and it killed like, 1,000 of them immediately. They just died right there. The other 100 or so that was on around his head and neck ran in his ears and nose, and the fight was on.
Oh wow!
I'm trying to hold this cat and keep him from running through the house with that alcohol on him, and he's spinning in my hand, and he's clawing me on my chest and on my face and everything, and I got alcohol all over. That was horrible for both of us.
Well,
my wife got home. She said, "What happened to you?"
Oh my God!
Sorry, y'all.
I got ate up by a cat.
Cat
Back-
scratch
Well,
fever.
well, the alcohol made it 10 times worse.
Well, at least maybe it sterilized it right as it was slicing you open.
Yeah, me and him we were both screaming same time. It was
Oh,
crazy.
God.
But when I couldn't do nothing about it. When I saw those fleas run in his nose and in his ears, I'm like, oh crap, we're in trouble.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's first place you always get, Roger. The nose, the mouth, the ears, and the rear end.
Well,
and the rest of the body.
well, I know that now.
I've seen that happen too. And it's
It's
and
terrible.
they'll start sneezing and shaking their heads. And then they start freaking out. I'd freak out too. Had a spider in the bed the other night, by the way, which I didn't know about, if y'all didn't hear about that.
Well, I can't believe you didn't burn the bed.
Probably
I
stomp
can't
JR
believe
to
JR
death.
let me go take a nap knowing that damn spider was in the bed.
You know
And
how
waited
many
until I got up to tell me.
you know how many spiders you eat a year sleeping?
I don't even want to talk about it. Listen, the pantyhose is already looking better and better. And if y'all think I'm worried about what I look like when I sleep at night, I'm not.
She gonna like she gonna go rob a 7-Eleven while she's asleep.
Have you seen that? What was that? God, what show was that? Raising Hope, I'm pretty sure, where she slept with the pantyhose on her head. I'm telling you, that girl's a genius.
Oh my God.
My mom's sister, this happened recently. She's so scared of spiders that she got some essential oils. There's lemongrass and some other stuff. And every night she would spray it around her bed, under her bed, and on the side over here. And she started getting sick. And my mom asked what she's been doing. They looked it up, and she almost OD'd on lemongrass and shit.
Oh wow.
God,
It made her sick,
What?
and she had headaches and
damn.
oh my God, look that up, Misty. But she's deathly scared of spiders.
Oh, man.
Hillary, tell me shut up.
Oh my God.
Good night, y'all.
Yep. Y'all, thanks for hanging out with us, and wow, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been fun and funny.
Yeah. Thank you, Roger, for helping
Yeah,
out on the shows.
I didn't do nothing.
You always come on and help out. You helped out today. I mean, we've literally kept you for like, almost 6 hours probably today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be rough.
You can do it. It's like, look, we'll go ahead and Dr. Squirrel will write you a prescription for extra nap tomorrow.
Tell me what you need, Roger. I got you.
I'm scared.
No doubt.
What
You
are you
said-
what are you doing tomorrow?
You
What
gave
did I
us
miss?
nothing. What you gave us something one time. You gave Heather something and I used it. What was it? You sent something home with her from like LBL or something like that.
What was it for?
I don't remember.
I got all kinds of stuff. I'll send you whatever you need.
Hey, what was that? What was that before we jump off here and forget it? What was that? Gary said something about that guy had had a heart attack.
That's
today?
right. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Brett Nips. Is that right? Hold on, give me just a second. Right here.
Yeah.
Brett Thomas, I apologize. Paranormal Portal passed away today from a heart attack.
That's
Oh,
bad.
Prayers for his
Yeah.
people and his family and everybody that knew him.
Did y'all see? It was on TikTok. There was a guy from Tennessee. He was 55 years old, and they did cooking shows with his grandma, and they were on live, and they were cutting up chicken and stuff, going to make something, chicken salad or whatever, and he kicks back and he died live on air. It was
Are you
terrible.
serious?
Wow.
No, I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
If you look at TikTok, it's all over TikTok now. I don't agree with people like re-showing stuff like that. That's disrespectful. But I'm like, I thought they were talking about him, and then but they're replaying this live, and he just kicks out right there, and his old mama's trying to help him out. This paranormal portal.
So I'm not familiar with him. Oh yes.
Me neither.
I hate that.
All right,
Well,
guys.
there again, guys, that's why you got to appreciate the people around you when you can.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
right. Well, guys, I had fun. I needed that laugh. I won't be able to see nothing tomorrow. I'll be blind all day.
You couldn't see nothing before the show.
That's y'all's fault because I was already laughing so hard. But now it's going to be even worse because I got cracked ribs and I'm blind. So I'm like crippled and blind. I appreciate that.
Hey, look,
take a shower.
The inflatable couch held up, though.
I'm sitting in the crack, so I didn't fall over.
What did you stuff in the crack?
A blanket.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I better put a blanket in here before I get started or I'm liable to slide down in the crack and it'll flip the whole end of the couch up. My computer, it'd be horrible.
Before you end the show, let everybody watch you get off of that thing.
No.
She has to flop around like a shot hog.
She looked like one of them Chinese gymnasts trying to get out of that bastard a while ago.
And she scoots. You can't see her, but you can hear her scooting to one end, laying on her belly or back or whatever.
It sounds like I'm just like farting as I'm scooting.
Hey, don't be making them sounds. Hillary's cat's gonna run over and hide some more.
I did cause Hillary's cat PTSD.
I was gonna say the same thing.
This bitch gonna lose every bit of its hair. It's so nervous.
It's probably used to it, and that's why it's pissed off because she won't let it out. It ain't the first time.
All right, guys. Hey,
big love, everybody. See y'all,
guys. Everybody have a great week. Take care of yourself. Prayers for everybody that needs it. Love y'all. Good night.
All right.
Thank you
sleep,
again, Roger.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye.
The saxophone weeps a lonely blues down on a street with nothing to lose. Saw a flash of fangs in the alley's grind. Someone's running out of precious time. There's a heavy breathing neath your bed, filled with all the things your mama dreads. She said it sleeps, but the fear is deep, and we're the only promise they can keep. Hear the call.